Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Diva. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So today's pickacard reading is a future spouse or marriage partner who's your man or your woman. Overall, I know majority of my channel is practically females, as it could be males also, but it's overall more females. So we're gonna try and decipher who is this handsome man or handsome woman you'll be marrying, or who will marry you, or who will propose to you, who will put the ring on your finger, stuff like that. Okay, so today I'm getting out of my comfort zone and I'm gonna wish to include some horoscope signs, some planets, some houses and transit and trines and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna be reading a bit, okay, connected to this person's horoscope sign. I will have faith that it will not be about you, it's gonna be about your person. Okay, so this female or this male, overall it's a male we're gonna be reading about. Okay, so as it could be female, but I know the majority of my viewers are mostly females. Okay, so hoping to be in a relationship, or hoping to know who will be the man who will perhaps wish to take care of them, and they are able to trust them technically. So I will be using the Star Code Astro Oracle plus Astro Alignment deck. So we're going to be using two different types so that I can see if there's synchronicities happening. If it's synchronicities, it's even better. I will not be using objects in this video. Also, before we start, if you want to listen, you listen. If not, you don't. I'm giving 22 free giveaways. Offer like private readings, 22 free private readings in the form of giveaways, only once my channel acquires or gets 6,300 subscribers. Okay, so if you wish to subscribe, you have not done so, you can definitely do so, only if you're willing. And if you need more information about it, it's all in my community posts. Okay, there's a voting happening, you can vote, and the second post that was done with it, like, it has been posted 3-4 weeks ago. Okay, so if you wish, you can definitely read. There's a lot more detail there, and once my channel hits 6,300 subscribers, then definitely, you know, I'll start by posting the time, etc. Okay, so you can do some research about that on your own. Now, for all single ladies out there, or all people who are dating a man, or will have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, if you wish to know who your future spouse will be, how will things change, you know, sometimes it's an element of change, you know, when they're ready to settle down and found a family and take it very seriously. Because once men are married, okay, I think that they don't wish to, you know, look elsewhere, except if you know that their personality is a bit more rebellious and a bit fickle. Okay, connected to women, that is. Okay, so that being said, choose a number. Okay, so I went with number 6. Okay, so 6 is a harmonious. You have the Lover's card at number 6. Okay, it's also the Devil card, but it's Lover card number 6. Okay, so up to 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 could definitely be Magician vibe. I don't know. I'm in giving you inspiration. Number 2 could be the High Priestess dynamic. Then you have number 3 is the Empress dynamic. 4 is Emperor dynamic. 5 is Hierophant dynamic, and 6 is Lover card. Okay, so it's both female and male overall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, be it it's the tarot card or the major arcana I mentioned, then you're kind of like drawn to it. Be it it's the decks I'm going to show you. So the first one is the Sexy Millennium Thoth. Okay, that's pile 1. Pile 2 is the Pagan Cats. Pile 2. Pile 3 is Linestrider. Okay. 4 is Golden Universal Tarot. 5 is Fountain Tarot, and 6 is the Rider deck. Okay, so choose with your intuition. or the number, or the major arcana card that kind of spoke to you, perhaps, if you know them, of course. If you don't know them, then just go with the number or the deck. Very interesting, but still. So, pile one. Whoever chose Millennium Thoth Tarot, welcome to your reading. Let's see who is your future spouse. Who's your future spouse with the archetype? So the medallion. So it's a man or a woman with a lot of trophies. They're known, they're recognized. It's a person that's ambitious, money driven. If it's not money driven, it's recognition driven. So this person acquires a lot of medallions. They might be a champion in swimming, volleyball, golfing, soccer, sports like skiing, biking, marathons, that kind. So it's a very active man or female. I'm really channeling like an Aries or something of the sort, but we'll see what we're gonna get. So we have ascendant Gaia. We have cardinal sign, which could be, I'll give you, and Ceres. So you have appearance, first impression, mask. Then you have Gaia, which is earth, nature, embodiment. And then we have cardinal initiation, spark, vision. And then we have self-care, wellness, agriculture. So I feel like this person might do a lot of stuff connected with nature, earth, wellness, self-care, and agriculture. Appearance, first impression, you feel like you don't know him perhaps because you perhaps look at them as if you objectify him a bit, or her, okay? And with cardinal, he or she might be, so I have retrograde review. We have partnership, Juno. Okay, this is a good card though. Juno, having Juno, it's a good card. That much I know because I searched for that card's meaning. So I'll just read to you fast. Perhaps you know them. So cardinal initiation, spark, vision. It's either an Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. Aries are initiates through action. So if it's an Aries guy, he's gonna be more action oriented. Or if it's a Cancer person, female or male, they initiate through devotion. So if they're more devoted to you. Libra, they initiate through partnerships. So if they partner themselves up, or if there's something happening, they go with you, then that means there's initiation connected to wishing to be in a relationship with you. Or it's a person that always, if they want to initiate something, they initiate through partnership. If it's a Libra, if it's a Cancer, through devotion. If it's Aries, through action. And if it's a Capricorn, through strategy. Okay, so the initiators of the zodiac cardinal signs take charge and forge a path. When the sun moves into the beginning of each season, these signs kick it off with a bang, setting the tone and paving the way forward. Natural leaders, cardinal signs like to be first, a ranking that comes naturally to them. Medallion. I'm telling you. So it's either a Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, Libra. Okay, so it's overall one of those. Series. I don't know what series is, but we'll check. I know I'm reading, but then again, we're learning, all of us. Okay, oppositions, retrograde. Okay, so here, self-care, wellness, agriculture. The depth of mother's love is personified in series known as the Earth Mother, represented by Demeter, the mother of Persephone in Greek mythology. Mothers experience the expansive love, grief, the cyclical nature of life, and fierce protection for their children. So I might have those tendencies, huh? Whatever I'm telling you, they might be very close to their mother somehow. They're very protective of their children, be it it's a man or a woman, okay? Series in your natal chart can show you how you feel most naturally nurturing towards others, as well as what helps you feel well cared for. So this person likes to they're more naturally nurturing towards others, so they're nurturing towards others, and they feel good when what those nurturing tendencies help them feel well cared for. So it's more like I nurture you because I wish you to nurture for me too. Like, I'm caring overall. Look to series to improve your self-care and well-being, allowing yourself to be nurtured by the fierce earth mother. So this person has a more I'm having series, but I have Gaia, which is earth, nature, embodiment. So this person is very much tapped into motherly love, okay, be it it's a woman or a man. So it's a man if he knows how to he has a certain, like, his mother loved him very well, and he knows how to care for a woman, okay. And series provides a holistic outlook, tracking the seasons of what we need to feel whole in mind, body, and spirit. So you feel nurtured perhaps with this guy or this girl overall. Gaia, Juno, Lilith, Gaia, Pluto, Uranus, Jupiter. Okay, Gaia is Earth, so it's part of the planets. So although Earth is not traditionally viewed as a celestial influence in astrology because we inhabit this planet, Gaia is located on your natal chart exactly opposite your sun sign by house and degree. This house can point to where you should use some grounding and embody the earth element most holistically. Your body is your home on earth, and Gaia urges you to nourish yourself and use your physical body as a vehicle for your soul to not only survive but thrive. Gaia also speaks to treating the earth with kindness and respect. While the earth element can influence the temperament of an individual, Gaia can show you how you relate to your body, environment, and world. So overall, it's a person that's very earthy. So it could be an earth sign, and the earth sign I had was more Capricorn. But it does not need to be. They could have heavy earth sign placements. They're very tapped into nature. They're more in sync with nature. So your person might be more instinctual. They know how to take good care of themselves. Wellness is very important to them. Agriculture, though, here in this sense, I feel like it's a person who knows how to garden, or they like gardening and stuff like that. Okay, now I'm gonna read. I'm sorry, I'm learning. So if you wish, you could definitely fast forward if you know these things already. So you can just kind of check that out like that. So we have signs. I don't need the signs here. Retrograde. So review action. Stop the normal pattern of your life and take a break. The roots of this issue are found in the past. Reconsider, revise, repair, and edit. Dig in a drawer to find an old idea to bring forth and rework it. Reconnect with old friends and previous contacts. Address some unfinished personal business. Look again and find lost items and missing information. A delay may be saving grace in this situation, so check equipment, read the fine print, and make sure that everyone is on the same page and it is safe to move forward. This is an opportunity for a do-over. You don't need to get stuck in the past. If an old problem rears its head, rather than re-inscribing dysfunctional patterns, take a different approach. Before you re-engage an old relationship, inventory your heart. Consider what needs to be different this time to make it work. Broach new territory together. If you feel called, put regular work aside and attend to a side agenda, a sole important short-term project that urgently needs every bit of wisdom you've garnered. Challenge. It's not a time, tempting though it may be, to reminisce, pick an old scar, or revisit a painful situation from your past just because you want the emotional charge of anger or excuse to wallow in memories of betrayal and regret. You've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and don't need to do it again. Okay? So gift. Take a deep breath. This is a moment out of the ordinary flow, an opportunity to use what you've worked so hard to learn. Use your accumulated skills, knowledge, and maturity. Slow, steady, and thoughtful will win this race. Overall, I feel like for some part, it might be an old friend, as it's definitely a new person, this one. Retrograde review. There's so many things that are happening in this one. Perhaps this is about you and how you're gonna meet this person, as it's more like come and go. It could be like an ex kind of situation also. But Juno is partnership. Destroyed Juno points out how you may have been trained to choose between love and work, and offers clues on how to balance them instead. This asteroid was named after the daughter of Saturn, wife of Jupiter, mother of Mars. Holy. She is queen, the organizer of society, and she rules the roost. Juno and Jupiter modeled an uneasy but equal partnership that took a lot of work and had great rewards. Action. In work and love, Juno wants you to trust that you can hold steady on your life's path and develop equal partnerships, so get in there and wrestle to make the relationship work. Research healthy relationship skills and study negotiation and meditation techniques. Practice respect, communication, love, and conflict resolution between the various facets of your own personality. This is so useful sometimes. Man, like Juno and Jupiter, strive to become two whole, empowered souls who can express their individual potential, work around each other's foibles, and find balance. Be responsible for your own connection to the creative source, spirit, and your emotions. Don't ask another to carry your heart for you, as it makes it hard to accept their unique path. Live out your ambition through your own work rather than through your mate, children, employees, or co-workers. If you do so, you can encourage others' growth and exploration along with your own, and so create the foundation of great relationships and a sense of community. If you don't, you can devolve into jealousy or create monsters. If you want to be in a partnership but are not, examine any belief or training that said you have to give up what matters to you in order to partner up. If it's your choice to work alone, accept it. If not, expand that view and invite fresh possibilities. Challenge. If you live out your ambition through your mate or work partner, instead of through your own efforts, the situation can devolve into jealousy, manipulation, or disempowering micromanaging. Okay? And the gift in this, true partnership is a spiritual path. Its sacred acts are the practice of healthy relationship skills. These skills begin within. Okay? So, practice respect, communication, love, and conflict resolution between the various facets of your own personality. Okay, it's very important. Holy shit. It's a spiritual lesson in itself, okay? That's why I'm sorry I had to read it, because I kind of like... Sometimes I'm so disoriented, or the way like the information are just so like far apart from each other, but this one linked them all in one phrase. It takes hard work to be in a relationship or to have a partnership. It just doesn't come like that. I'm saying it myself, okay? So I know the hard work that comes with it, and getting out of the comfort zone sometimes. So who's this? Who's your future spouse? Okay. So for some of you, it could be an earth sign. It could be a Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries. Okay, it's the cardinal sign overall. You will learn how to be in a partnership. You might work with this one and be in a relationship with them at the same time. So how will they flirt? Okay, this is how they flirt. A beautiful face. So it's a person that likes to take care of you. It's definitely a person that likes to take care of themselves, but to take care of you too. Then we have loving yourself. So there's a lot of love, there's a lot of like gazing, nurturing, touching your hair, etc. You have a very nice chemistry with them. Okay, so the chemistry is mind-blowing for some part. What's your advice here? So a time to give rather than take, and surrender to the divine. Okay, I'm also channeling emotions are high, or emotions are high here. Okay, so overall surrender to the divine, or if you have emotions towards this woman or this man, embrace them, want it or not. It's a solution here. So who's this guy? So we have the Tower card in reverse, or this girl. Okay, so it's a person who's on fire. Okay, they have a big sexual appetite for some part, if it's a guy or if it's a girl. If it's a girl also, she has a big appetite. Oh my god, yeah. I have the Tower with the Lost card. It's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my god, yeah, it's definitely a fire. It's either a fire sign or it's Capricorn, perhaps. You have a Leo here, but then again, I have 2 lions in this, but then again, it could be a lion as it doesn't need to be, okay? So what type of girl or guy this is, okay? So overall, it's a very, I'm not gonna say intimidating, because it's not intimidating. It's a very stubborn and it's a person that knows how to take care of itself, but how to nurture other people too, how to be helpful, and you know, it's a person that likes to garden and stuff like that. So you will have good chemistry with them. So you'll cook together overall. He'll always be around you. You will be wearing, sometimes perhaps if this is a guy, he'll like to see you naked under an apron or something of the sort. It's gonna be your own little quirky things, you know, like cook for me in an apron, like naked in an apron or something. And he'll join you perhaps on that one. For some part, he likes to go shopping with you. He likes to play with your hair and take care of your hair. Something of that sort. Perhaps a person that's more like a hairdresser or has that talent. Okay, it's a talented person. Perhaps it's not just a recognized athlete or something of the sort. It's a person that likes to, you know, bring you shopping, cook with you. They're eccentric, okay? Like, they're fun in this one. I'm like saying this, and the more I'm kind of like feeling like my feet are trembling and stuff like that. So I feel like it's your little crazy friend, you know, like that. It's very driven, it's very sexual, it's very, I don't want to say horny, it's alive energy, okay? So with the tarot card, just know that your person might have a temper, okay? And when they want something, they, you know, like, they go after it, okay? So if I want to sleep with you, you feel it, okay? So they're pretty sensuous and intense in the bedroom, okay? So they're passion driven. Why are they passion driven? Is because when they like somebody, they just cannot not want them, okay? So they become very protective of the person that they like, and you are put on the pedestal, but they always want you to kind of like them and lust for them. It's their way of kind of like showing you that they are attracted towards you. So never I don't want to say never refuse them. It's just that when this person wants you, allow him to want you, even though you're not in the vibe to be wanted, let's say, because it's his way of showing you love. So if ever you block that, he's gonna feel like you don't love him or her, okay? So this one, if I'm kind of like seeking for sex or something of the sort, like marriage, after marriage, I'm saying after marriage, not before marriage, after marriage, ideally, when he's more physical and sexual, it's his way of showing you that he's loving you, okay? It's like that, this one, he's more ravishing and, you know, like protective, and he likes to feel like the lion or something, you know, like the Aries or anyways, so it's very masculine and fiery. This one, it's more passion driven, and I feel like you'll kind of like, you'll feel the attraction in your knees, okay, if you're a woman. You feel it in your knees, okay? So what's your challenge? It's to kind of be comfortable with the fiery energy of your person, because there's a lot of fire energy here, okay? So he's very passionate, or she's very passionate, and with Gaia it's more intensified, because you, want it or not, you will feel your senses with this guy or this girl. It's not just the passion that overall it's 70-80% passionate type of person. So I feel like I will be devoured most of the time, because if he likes me a lot, then the only way he can like express the desire, it's through, you know, emotion and affection showing, but overall it comes, the initial energy dynamic you'll feel, it's fiery, like burning, like you feel like your heart is pumping way faster, and everything seems more like passion driven, you know, it's passionate, it's not emotional, it's like trembling and heart pumping kind of stuff. It's like that. It's not like heart is pumping and you're feeling the emotions in a specific way, that it's more like flowy. No, this one, it's more, it's thirsty, it's kind of like it's greedy that way, okay? So they are a greedy lover. It's a greedy lover. I'm hungry more, like you have to give me more, you know, it's like that. But like I want to take from you, so you just, this one, it's more the language here of your future spouse. It's more, you just need to be there for me, okay? I will do what I want, but you have to allow me what I want. So if you're willing, I will kind of feel like you're giving to me, but I will ask more from you, okay? So this one is more action oriented. Oh, the way he looks in your eyes, you know he's fired up, okay? Like I have a way I look in your eyes and you know it, that I'm kind of like ready for you kind of stuff. I'm sorry, it's just I feel it so much. This one, it's so funny. Oh, okay, so yeah, I feel the heat. This one, it's chemistry, and it's more like you need to do something so that you can release this, because if you sit here and he acts that way, it's more like whether or not he's gonna, the energy you absorb from this person, because you need to be receptive to your partner, right? Be it it's a woman or it's a man. But this one, it's more, I'm a woman and this is a man, technically. Yes, it could be a woman for a man too. It's just that you feel like she wants you, this one, I want you so much. And you feel it. You feel you're getting turned on, okay? And you feel the, like you see that I wanna, like this woman will scratch your backs. You'll have scars in the back for sure. She'll have a way of like holding your hair, like grasping your hair. You'll see it, the way she makes out with you, it's more ravishing. She bites your lips or something of the sort. You'll feel ravished, even if you're a man here. She'll put herself on your lap willingly, like a cat. But this one is not even a cat. It's more like she's thirsty for you. It's thirsty, it's greedy. She wants to be greedy with you. It's more like a cat, but it's not a cat. It's like rawr, you know, like I want to eat you up, you know, allow me to eat you up, you know, it's like that, because I want you and you see it in my eyes, and I'm like, your challenge is to kind of be calmer a bit and just allow me yourself. It's like that. But then again, when I ask you to do something, you have to act on it. It's like that. Oh my god. Okay, so with the Princess of Pentacles, in the middle section, I'm not just sex and stuff like that, okay? But this one, it's overall, you'll see, you feel it, whether or not that I have sex appeal. And after a makeout session with me, you'll feel like you have more sex appeal, because that's the energy exchange you did with me. It's like that. This one like have a certain way of influencing you. You feel like you're more sexier than usual, which is completely normal, okay? You are sexy, but you feel the wanted element, okay? Like, you know you're wanted. You know you're loved in a passionate way. It's like that. I was like... And Princess of... I'm out of bread, okay? This one, if it's the athlete on top of it, it's like, for sure you'll be... I'm out of bread, this one. You'll start working out more, you'll see. But you'll get the workout session too, okay? Like, once you're married to this one. Before marriage, I mean, you could do it, I don't care. It's up to you. It's your couple dynamic. But overall, after marriage, this is how they'll behave with you. And whenever he wants it, want it or not, give it to him, because if you reject it, he's gonna feel unwanted. And you don't want this type of person to feel unwanted, because I mean, they could be nurturing and self-caring, but then again, I feel like if you refuse it or you're really not in the mood, they'll understand. But overall, try to show him or her that you still... like, understand that if you're not allowing me to have access to you, it means that you don't want... like, you're closing the door on me, kind of thing. So they might take it way too personal if you kind of reject him and you don't kind of like meet him again afterwards. You know, like, if you were not in the mood that same night, then at least make sure that you kind of like kiss me or make out with me, or allow me to kind of kiss you, like get my taste of you, you know? Like, I need something from... it's like that, okay? So for this love to he needs to feel like he's wanted or she's wanted by you. That's why I'm saying, like, don't reject him that much in the bed, specifically in the bedroom, because it's the only, like, it's the majority of the time is how he shows you his love, okay? He's more action-oriented, and action-oriented in a specific place, okay? The rest of the time, you'll see is more focused elsewhere. When he's in doubt, he doesn't like it. And when he has doubts and he doesn't have the proper answers, or there's no clarity element connected to a situation, you'll see he'll lose his shit, okay? Like, when he's doubting something or she's doubting something, you don't want to see them doubting stuff, because that's where the anger element is. If I feel like people are lying to me, if I feel like things are not clear between you and me, between the business, between the work environment, if you're lying to me, I'm very like, you should not make me doubt you. This person, never make them doubt you, because there's a person that wants to love you for who you are. They love to take care of you. They love spending quality time with you. They love kissing you, sleeping with you, pleasing you, loving them, kind of stuff. But overall, when there's doubt, when you're lying because you're being insecure, you should not do that with me, okay? It's a time to give rather than take, but this one, it means that you just need to be yourself with me sometimes, overall, and surrender to the divine. So surrender to that, so to what is, okay? So this is what you're getting. Surrender to what you're getting. Don't resist it, because if you resist me, I'm gonna think that you're not interested in me. This one, you don't want me, you're not like, I'm not sexy. I really take it personal, this one. Like Libras, Cancers, Capricorns, and Aries. I mean, I was gonna say Leo because I have 2 lions in this card, and I have a lion's head here again. So it could also be a Leo perhaps, but you have an earth sign here too. So it could be anything like a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You have a lion. Lion energy is very prominent, but I had Ram and I had Sagittarius. I had like Aries and Sagittarius. And then I told you with the Princess of Pentacles, Joe, this woman or this man likes it when you're very reliable. So if I can rely on you, I'm going to marry you overall, perhaps if you're the woman here, because you're a reliable woman, because you're well-balanced, or you're meditative. So for some of you do yoga. If you know, you do yoga, okay? I don't do yoga. I do meditation mostly. I was interested in yoga, but then again, after the accident that happened to me, it's not just one thing. It's several stuff that were combined together that did not really work out for me, and it ended up changing my whole life situation. So that being said, they like you to be reliable. Now, if it's not you're the male here and I'm the woman, I am reliable as a woman. Okay, so whoever she is, she's very reliable. She does some kind of yoga, or she likes balance in her lifetime, in her life space. I said lifetime, but in her lifetime, perhaps she wishes to have peace and prosperity and happiness and balance. So overall, it could definitely be a woman here too. Okay, so I need sex. Okay, like 70% of the relationship might be more focused at night, perhaps, or whenever you guys are alone in an intimate, four-wall place. Okay, so if I want you, then just make sure that you are available to me. Because if you reject me, then I'm gonna feel like you don't love me in this one. So for some of you, it's very important that you kind of nurture your sex life a bit with this one, because this one needs that in a more routine type of way. Okay, so they're more passion driven. Okay, if it's a woman, she likes to feel she likes to feel wanted. Okay. And she likes to make you feel wanted, but overall it's her selfish needs, but she likes it. So it's more like she's wishing to be giving, but you have to be receptive so that the love will be the partnership will work out. And if you cannot sleep with them when they're in the mood, you see it in their eyes, then make sure at least that you show some kind of affection. Because they need to always feel wanted somehow. If not, they'll kind of start self-sabotaging. Did I do something wrong? Did I you don't love me? They really think about it. Okay, like I really think about it. Even if I pretend I'm not sad about it, I'll overthink it a bit. Okay, like why aren't you? Am I not desirable? Am I not sexy enough? Am I not am I not your girlfriend? Like, am I not your wife or your husband? It's like that, this one. I'm pretty sure they'll not over-exaggerate. It's just that the main focus about your life partner is that they are lustful, okay? Specifically to the person that they have emotions towards. Because when I have emotions, action comes. Okay, like if I have emotions, actions come. Okay, like that's how I work a bit. But if I'm doubting, then you're gonna see me not think. And I have a bad temper when it comes to doubtful situations. If I'm kind of doubting something and there's something turning in my head space, okay? Perhaps you're not on the same page as me, but if there's something I'm kind of suspicious of, or there's a girl acting weird, or there's a guy acting weird behind you or around you, and you're acting sketchy, I'll definitely you'll see I lose my shit sometimes. I'll kind of have tantrums and stuff like that. This one, okay? So this is who you'll marry, okay? Or who your future spouse is, okay? I should not doubt you. This one. Okay, so that's all I had. I hope it resonated, pile one. I just don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so pile two, whoever chose Tarot of the Pagan Cats, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So let us see who's the person who's gonna marry you. So you have here a card that's very much wishing to be seen. Okay, so I have the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, so for some of you, I saw a lot of cats. So this person, this woman or this man, likes to collect cats, or they like to rescue cats, something of the sort. Cats are somehow very prominent here, specifically with the Pagan cats. Tarot deck. Also, I'm a person that doesn't like rodents. Okay, so if I have cats, I make, like, for sure I'm against, like, I don't like rodents, I don't like hamsters, I don't like that kind of animal family kind of stuff. What you need to know, a time for healing. So for you, it's a time for healing, or this person is healing in this marriage. So your person might have certain, I'm not gonna say traumas, but I mean, you're gonna see that he's gonna heal with you most of the time. So you have the lady who waits, so, or she, uninhibited and released. Okay, so how do they flirt usually, or how are they gonna be with you? Very scandalous in one part, and very gentle and sophisticated on another. So this one, perhaps, if ever you go to parties and stuff like that and you're anonymous, let's say you're wearing a mask, your woman or this man could definitely be the most insane lover. Okay, so if you like you have gothic or like eccentric taste in the bedroom, perhaps I could definitely have those, as I might have those because of my I don't want to say my traumas. For some part, it's either you and me have a BDSM type of dynamic going on outside a family environment, work environment. We have like a secret life perhaps elsewhere together, okay? And when we're kind of like in family situations, or we're friends or something of the sort, where I'm more proper and innocent looking and stuff like that. So this one, you guys might have like a secret life together, okay? A secret life together, so you guys trust each other. So overall, this one, there's a lot of healing happening here and waiting. Okay, so trust and wait. So this one, abstinence might happen in this relationship. Who's this woman or this man? The orphan. Yeah, this one, it's a woman that, or a man that has abandonment issues, okay? The more you marry him or her, you have Mars motion here. So I have Mars, they have Mars, and you have Taurus. So cultivate. So Mars and Taurus. So there's those two energies, cultivate and motion. And here we have waxing gibbous moon, nurturing patience, refinement. And you have waxing crescent moon, focus, conceptualization, strategy. Interesting. So my Mars is in Taurus. Mars is motion, but it's strength. And then you have Taurus, which is also connected with the Hierophant. Okay. Okay. Let me read. We're gonna read. Want it or not, I have to read this one. But, because I'm learning for horoscopes, signs, and stuff like that. So Mars came. So, motion. Mars, a mythological god of war and the traditional ruler of Aries and Scorpio, speaks of independence, enterprise, and willfulness, aggression, passion, and defenses, including your body's defenses, such as your immune system. Mars takes 1.9 Earth years to go around the zodiac. So your terrible twos, when you learn to say no and yes and demand things, was the expression of your first Mars return. Action. Mars urges you to take action. Any action, but this can get you in trouble. Jump into motion, but stay in the driver's seat and think through the consequences of your moves. Mars is raw energy and likes the motion of a fine sports car. It can take you far if you add wisdom and guidance. Okay, so this person might be very like action oriented, this one, and sometimes it might cause trouble, as it might be good if there's wisdom and guidance included in it. So Mars wants you to develop your strength and bravery, so work out and develop muscles or rescue the proverbial underdog. Boldly go where you have not gone before and passionately dive into life. Mars loans you the competitive edge to obtain a fiercely desired goal and teaches that for your yes to truly mean yes, your no needs to be respected. Okay? So know what you want and don't want and be aware of those desires in the people around you. Learn to fight and fight fairly. Stand your ground with grace and compete against your own personal best. So if you are in a difficult situation, it could take real strength and willpower to transform or escape. You may need to dig in your heels so you are not pushed around, or pull out your sword to draw a clear line in the sand. Do what needs to be done. Just make sure it's the right thing. Okay? So the challenge with Mars: domineering willfulness, misuse of sexuality, anger, belligerence, and a warlike mentality are the shadow side of Mars. So this person might be quite aggressive, as it's not aggressive, it's just misuse of sexuality, domineering willfulness. So I have domineering willfulness. So if it's not the way I want it, then, there's some kind of, I make you pay a price, even though it's illegal for me to do those things. You understand? So, it's the shadow side and warlike mentality. Okay? So break the momentum if your situation heads downhill. Stop for a moment and think through your next move. So gift. The higher note of Mars energy manifests as a divine guardian, your potent inner first responder who is ready to be the hero in a dangerous situation and protect you and yours. So overall, it's a very protective person. Honestly, it's a very protective person, but he might or she might have those, like, if it's not my way, I have like a way of kind of like my way or the highway kind of mentality. And I can definitely be very stubborn on that if I'm a Taurus on top of it. Oh, God. So let's go with Taurus. So cultivate. Taurus asks you to hold still, digging, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Manifest in a practical way, signified by a bull standing in its field. Taurus rules the neck and voice. So he or she has a very good neck and voice. Okay, so their neck is gorgeous and their voice is very hypnotizing. Okay, its purpose is to bring life into matter through growing wildflowers and crops, through our muscular strength and the sensual potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. The sun shines here April 21st to May 20. Okay, so action. Work with a metaphor of gardening. Plow the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilizer, and protect those crops from predation. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Appreciate the senses. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. So it could definitely be very sensorial, sensual. Okay. Use the senses to be in the present moment and let time flow by. Cuddle, feed. So in a relationship, listen to both the signals of body chemistry and the practicalities of your life to give it a fertile field. Cultivate your garden. Like a slowly growing flower basking in the sun, find contentment in this moment. Explore the roots of the situation. Ask what feeds this idea or what feeds your soul. If you're feeling pushed about, sit, hold still, grow roots, and let the storm pass over you. Don't hurry. Play the long game as you plant and tend your crops. So challenge with the Taurus. Taurus excess can lead you to mistake stubbornness for strength or look for spiritual and emotional awareness in the material world. Okay? There will never be enough stuff to fill an emotional void. Sensuality is a Taurus gift, but sex alone will not fulfill a desire for love. Clarify your hunger. Okay, so perhaps this one, it's more sensuality is his gift or her gift, but sex alone will not fulfill the desire for love. Okay, they might have a tendency to be sex addicts. Okay, or they might kind of go after sex instead of focusing more on the love. Okay, clarify your hunger. Gift. Everything that surrounds you is made up of matter, and the word matter comes from the Latin word mater or mother. Taurus connects you to the sacred earth, Mother Gaia herself, the physical vessel who holds spirit in the body, in the plants, and in the earth beneath us. Gorgeous. Very interesting. So this person might have those tendencies, okay? So I might kind of have this motion-like, action-oriented, gladiator dynamic overall. If I'm a female, I'm also more on the general dynamic, you know. And with Taurus, I'm more sensorial, so more strong-willed. You know, I like to nurture things. I'm more sensorial, sensual, that kind. Waxing gibbous moon. So let's see. These could be times as it could be main moon phases that things happen more often with this person. Okay, so whenever you have a specific, because every month you have you have waxing crescent moon and waxing gibbous moon, which means that waxing gibbous moon, they're going to be more nurturing, patient, and refinement. And waxing crescent moon, focus, conceptualization, strategy. So your person might have certain karmic cycles, your person. So if you're going to get married to him or her, you're going to see that he has a duality to him, because he has uninhibited and released side to him, where you guys wear masks and you do scandalous things, and then you have another one where you're more alone waiting for him, or he's more like abstinence. Okay, perhaps you might be traveling a lot, this person, as it's not traveling a lot, it's just that there's abstinence that you guys keep somehow, because there's this duality to your person a bit. Okay, and with the trust card, he does trust you. You guys trust each other. You are able to take showers together. And with waiting, it's more like after abstinence or after waiting or after each trip, he will come to you, and you will have the passionate love session that you know, they've missed. Because this one, it's more like they miss your smell. They're more sensorial. So let's go with waxing gibbous moon. So nurturing, patience, refinement. The waxing gibbous moon is a phase of nurturing, reflecting on the big ideas worth prioritizing for this moon cycle. This phase requires patience because we may feel stuck in through spiral centers on our own insecurities about what we deserve. The best thing we can do during this time is focus on the next step. Sometimes we can get lost in the details, but the waxing gibbous moon asks us to edit and refine our big plans right before the culmination of the full moon, when we'll be able to release the build-up tension. Okay, until then, practice trust under this lunation and focus your tunnel vision on what's most important to you. It's time to get out of your own way. This one, I feel like during every waxing gibbous moon, this moon phase, every 30 days technically, he will be more trusting, he will be more nurturing and more patient and refined with you in the relationship. He has karmic cycles, this guy. Okay, I'm telling you on this one. And then we have waxing crescent moon. 1 second. And waxing crescent moon, so focus conceptualization strategy. The waxing crescent moon is a phase of activation. So the seeds have been planted under the new moon, and now it's time to plan for the growth ahead, maximizing your efforts so that you are prepared for when your fruit is rippest. By focusing on the details, you can begin to fresh out the strategy you need to take your ideas from conceptualization to actualization. Conception to actualization. The moon begins to show a silver of herself here, symbolizing your intentions en route to manifestation. The effort that you put into your desire leads to the energy that follows, committed to your beliefs. Allow yourself to be fluid as your needs change, your desires change too. So this one is more, perhaps you will see him work more and a waxing crescent moon. Perhaps he's going to work more and he's going to focus more on work. And then after waxing gibbous moon, he'll come and, nurture you and focus and refine the relationship with you technically. Okay, and a time for healing. So you will heal with them, or it's going to be a healing relationship for him technically. Your husband will heal a lot of stuff with you. So what's their challenge? Here is the Page of Pentacles. So this one perhaps is to kind of, bear with me, not the reason. You have the Three of Cups here. You have the Empress card as the challenge. And we have two more. So we have the King of Wands and we have the Two of Pentacles. So these are all challenges. The reason why it's that way is the Hierophant. In the initial, you have the Ace of Cups. Okay. In the middle section, you have the Two of Cups with the Lover's card and the King of Swords. Okay, and in the near future we have the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so your future spouse will have to travel often. Because he's always after victory. Okay, so he's always after a type of success. So he's success-oriented, this guy or this girl. They like to nurture and work hard on their crops. Okay, so crops could be business, it could be, I don't know, like their store, their farm, etc. Okay, so let me just read for you. So I had the Five of Wands energy. This one, what type of man or woman this is? What does the, 1 second, because it's the first card that popped and it's like important card about your future spouse. So overall, your future spouse has abandonment issues. Okay, he has been or she has been abandoned before. They like to belong somewhere. They always wish to belong somewhere. They might have been adopted, as it's not really that energy. It's more overall, your person likes to feel like they have their own family. Okay, uh he or she wants to belong in a family. He wants to have a happy family. If he didn't have a happy family growing up, no matter how you see them growing up, he wishes to have a proper family. Now, overall, the archetype he has is the orphan. So he has been abandoned once, so he has trust issues overall. So it's a time for healing once they're they're married to you. So when they're married with you, just understand that your husband or your wife is going through healing, okay? Because they're making their wish come true, but perhaps they don't know how to be in a, they don't know how to belong somehow, but they want to belong somewhere. It's like that, okay? So overall, he's more possessive, and he's all about like competition for some part. He compares himself a lot, or he's very observant as a person. With the Fool card that I had, he's quite foolish, but deep down he's more possessive, more foolish. He doesn't like rodents. He doesn't like people that are he doesn't like places that are dirty or unattended to kind of stuff. And he's more like happy-go-jolly if you were to really know him. But on a physical level, he has this intimidating, straightforward, honest, and bold personality overall. And the reason why he's like this is because he had wisdom, or he's seen so many things, or he's not blind technically. He's more awake as a person, even if you have the orphan and he's healing. Okay, perhaps he has done many things that he should not have done, or because of difficult situations he had to act a specific way, which is kind of, it became a trauma for him. Sometimes when conditions or historical events happen and people need to do certain things that were inhuman, but they did it because that was the moment. But then again, after a while, they need to heal those things. So this person might have had certain things that happened to them in their past, traumatic experiences. They might have been sexually abused, knock on wood. No, I don't wish this on anyone, but you don't know what has happened to a person, okay? You never know what it is until they kind of open up about it and they heal it themselves. Now, this one, it could be as intense as that, as it might not be. But overall, for sure, there's a bit of a BDSM dynamic going on between you guys. He likes to, he likes to feel like you are his wife or his husband, her husband. But overall, there's this trust element that you both have. Like, I trust you, you trust me, but I want you to trust me, and I want to be trusted by you, kind of stuff. And whenever we're far away from family and friends or work environment and stuff like that, when there's parties and nobody knows us, you guys have a certain way of kind of liking to be watched when you're doing it, or they like to be watched when they're doing it, or they like to film themselves when they're doing it. It's like that. So these kind of stuff excites him, or these are his tastes. But when you guys are outside, sometimes he travels for work, so that's why he films when you guys sleep together. Perhaps, I don't know this one. There's a lot of eccentric dynamics, but you guys are in this together, technically. You'll know if you'll do these things, but it's up to you. And overall, his challenge connected to you, it's more to kind of like whenever he works, this guy, he's very meticulous and slow moving. Okay, so this girl or this guy. Okay, so it's a typical earth sign dynamic for some part if I have Taurus, but Mars is also fire sign. So it's a combination of when work goes slow, he's a bit tired, but he rather takes it slow and detail oriented and meticulous work than doing it and just coming back home, you know. With the Three of Cups energy, it's a person, their challenge is that they might not be able to spend a lot of quality time with you, or they might like to drink a lot. Perhaps they could have some addictions connected to drinking and sex for some part, but sex, it's more exciting elements, it's not other people. Other people might watch you guys doing it, but he likes that, or she likes that. I don't know, you'll know. And with the Three, the Empress, it's more like his challenge is to have children with you. So overall, perhaps for some part, getting pregnant with this person might be a bit difficult, because sometimes because of the abstinence, or you know, the time where you guys, I don't know, this one, perhaps he might be way too stressed, or he has certain emotional repressed feelings that are kind of like making him stop himself from getting children, or he doesn't orgasm in your body technically. So this one, perhaps it's your challenges to be pregnant with children, or overall perhaps you will be very pregnant with children. So this one, it could be the other way around. Okay, sometimes it could be that this person will not ejaculate inside your body, or you will not get pregnant, as you will get pregnant so often that you will want to stop being pregnant, because you're gonna have to want to abort the children, if you're not, I mean, you don't wish to have that many children. It's up to you. I'm not against any of those things. It's just the decision of the mother always. Some men like to ejaculate in the body, and that in itself, it's, you know, like, you need to take it. So if the contraception or the condom or the pills, you don't take pills and stuff like that, you become pregnant. And for some part, it's not that you get pregnant, he does not want to ejaculate in your body. So this one, it's more like he likes to ejaculate on your face, your back, or your stomach and stuff like that. Okay, so you'll see where the blockage is, perhaps connected to having children. Okay, so overall, he's always down for sex, and he's more like sometimes he cannot improvise. He can't take it the chill manner, okay? He won't chill. It needs to be his way, technically. He's very stubborn, or she's very stubborn, and sometimes, want it or not, they can manipulate the situation because they want it their way. Which is normal, this one. This character, want it or not, is his way or the highway sometimes. Okay, if not, then battlefield mentality, or domineering willfulness. Okay. In the initial phase, it's more with the Queen of Cups. How will your marriage life be, perhaps, or who this guy or this girl who is this way, they're quite possessive of you, okay? So they're very they're very possessive, okay? Specifically, if I like you, I will want to nurture you, okay? So I will have a soft spot for you, okay? But then again, based on what my needs or my wants are, then I'll be a bit arrogant in the marriage also. So, yeah, because whatever I say is, okay? So if this is a man specifically, He does trust you. He likes it when he has alone time with you. He loves taking baths with you. He likes sleeping with you and waiting to see you after a long time and sleep with you in front of a fireplace. So you guys have several romantic chapters in your daily routine or monthly routines. It's more monthly or weekly, I feel like. Okay, this one you might not see him for a few days and then you see him, or you guys just sleep in the same room, but then again nothing particular happens until you reach Friday, or I don't know, like you reach Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then he goes back to work on Monday till Friday. You will see him every night during the weekdays, but there's nothing exciting happening between you guys. That's where the abstinence element comes in. Sometimes he'll just kind of plan, or she'll plan chalet outings during the weekends or something of the sort, and you'll end up going somewhere and something exciting happens, you know, on a waxing gibbous moon. Okay, and then when the waxing crescent moon comes, you know that your husband or your wife is out working or something. Okay, so it's more that routine dynamic a bit. Okay, so with the Taurus overall, they're more routine oriented. Okay, so I kind of like schedule my schedule. I have my own routines, and we need to work through them, because with Mars it's more my way or the highway technically. Okay, so if you want to see of me and I want to see of you, then I make sure that you're in my schedule somewhere. Like that. Okay, so you will get dates, because he's a routine or she's a routine type of girl or guy. Okay, and this one, it's more like family is important, so I'll make sure that in my agenda family is some kind of priority. I feel like family is priority, but they work for family. Okay, so it's more those kind of tendencies they have. And overall, their biggest truth is that you are their wife or their husband, and they've made the decision that you're my wife or my husband, and you are my wife and my husband. So you have to be indifferent to other people. You need to be strategic with other people, specifically when I'm there. Okay, so you should never anger me, this one. Okay, so specifically with other men, if other men, this is the men, other men look at you and you're not in that uninhibited and released, he's more possessive with you. When he's having you and other people are watching you guys, he doesn't mind. But if other men are looking at you and he's not necessarily fucking you or sleeping with you or having some kind of sexual intercourse with you, he's not really gonna take that. Okay, just because I get excited by other people looking at us sleep together does not mean that I get excited when other people look at you alone. Okay, so I need to be there. That's not interesting. And yes, I'm not gonna say wounded, it's just he's healing or she's healing. They have certain dreams or patterns, certain wounds that make them have those kind of fetishes or something of the sort. As it's just their sexual, the way they get off. They need to be washed with their wife or their husband. I need to be watched by other men that my husband or my wife is fucking me or I'm fucking my wife kind of stuff. But then again, nobody knows who we are. So it's that anonymous, exciting element that nobody knows I'm the one doing this in front of them. But then again, you know, I'm doing it. It's like that. This one, I don't know what it is. I can't pin it down. Okay? And then in the near future, it's more like I need to leave. So this one, it's your husband or your wife that needs to leave on a trip, okay? And then they're gonna come back, and overall they trust you and they have faith in you and they know that you are interested in them. So the next time I'll come see you, then overall it's more like lovers that separate and then come back. So this one, overall, your husband might need to travel often because of their business. or it might be, or your wife might travel often because of their business, or both of you will do this. It's just that he or she wanted to always have a family, so their weakness is you, technically. So this is who you'll get married to. This is who your future spouse is. Okay? Okay, so I'll just take a few seconds to put these back to their place. Okay. And they love to kiss you, okay? So they love to kiss you, they love to kiss your cheek and, you know, chill with you in the baths. Just in the baths. Okay, so whenever you guys take baths, for sure there's make-out sex, but overall he likes to chill with you, with him, like together. Okay, that was it, pile 2. Now pile 3, whoever chose Linestrider Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So ladies and gentlemen, just like FYI, we're still not arrived. We have not arrived to 6,300 subscribers, but once we reach that amount, I'm gonna offer 22 free readings. Okay, so if you wish to learn more about it, you can definitely go in my community posts. Okay, there's one voting happening, you can vote, and the next one after it is where I kind of explain how it will work. Okay, so if ever you were interested in knowing more about it, you can subscribe right away. If you want, you can donate, you can like, give it a thumbs up, etc. Okay, if you don't like it, you can give it a dislike too. I don't mind. Okay, like I'd rather you be honest with me than not. Anyways, so let's go back to the subject here, this one. So who's your future spouse? Okay, what are the characteristics of your future spouse? So you have third house communication. So your person's third house is in Pisces. Okay, so third house in Pisces, I don't know what it is, so we're just gonna read them sooner or later. And is there another one? We have another planet. 8th house mystery in Cancer. And we have solar claim, clarify, and transit climax. So I don't know what these are, but I know for a fact your husband's or your wife's third house is in Pisces and 8th house is in Cancer. And then you have solar calm, clarify, and climate. And what else am I gonna get from this here? So we have Scorpio, first house. Okay, so first house is in Scorpio and we have Psyche. Oh my god. So you have a lot of information about your future spouse, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you'll know Linestrider Tarot. And you have Ace of Wands. So this one I'm going to be reading because I'm going to be honest with you, astrology is not my talent. You have the underworld, and when I have underworld, isn't that card for me, and Scorpio it comes to head. But then again, we cannot say Scorpio all the time. So let's go with third house. Where are the houses? So third house, communication. So, if your chart were a village map, the third house would represent your local neighborhood, primary school, and corner pub. It symbolizes how you learn, communicate, and move around your familiar world based on your sibling-like relationships and the people in your local environment. So, this person grew up in a Pisces. So, communication and Pisces. So action. Check the line of communication in your thinking process. First, repair any actual technical glitches, loose wires, computer or phone problems. Then take this metaphor a step further and look at how your messages are sent and received. Okay. Make sure you understand what was intended in a letter or email you received. Ask other people what they heard you say in an exchange. When in doubt, ask for more information and repair any miscommunication. So then take this metaphor in-house and look within. Notice the quality of your thinking. Repair glitches, stretch your mental muscles, and improve the quality of your communications. So you may need to learn new ways to express yourself so others hear your true intentions. Think about how you learn to communicate growing up through your relationships with siblings or sibling-like friends, your early school experiences. Investigate how those early relationships form mental habits that affect the present moment. So this one is more relationship baggages and close relationship baggages. How your person's close relationship baggages were, perhaps. Now, this is a Pisces dynamic, though. How your person communicates and their thought patterns, but this is influenced also by their close relatives. So you may need to get out of your head and get a fresh perspective, okay? Observe and test your assumptions. Check for confirmation bias. The tendency to believe anything that supports your opinions and reject new information that challenges your worldview. Read a spiritual text or ponder a metaphysic concepts and let it stretch your mind. So check in with siblings and sibling-like friends. Close friends, technically. Look for any shadow of rivalry and see if you can switch it to mutual encouragement where all wins. It's up to you to reframe this dynamic. Challenge. Chatter is not the same as communication. Sibling or sibling-like rivalry can challenge you to grow in small doses, but don't let it distract from your self-direction. Stay on target. So we are all siblings in the eye of spirit. Let that sink in. So it's more favoritism in the family, perhaps, this one. But how the whole dynamic between friends and siblings influence your person. And we have Pisces. Pisces is very sensitive. Okay, so the symbol for Pisces is two fish, usually swimming in opposite direction. Pisces rules the feet and resonates with wetlands, streams, and ponds. So your person, if you ever wish to relax them, perhaps woman or man, massage their feet. And make sure that there's wetlands, streams, and ponds. Ruled by expansive Jupiter in traditional astrology and by intuitive Neptune in modern astrology, mutable water sign Pisces calls us to sense our dreams and intuitive perceptions for the trinklets and steams of understanding. The sun shines in Pisces February 20 to March 20th. So action. Pisces asks us to swim in the ambient pool of emotion and be moved to compassionate action. With Pisces, think of a vast watery landscape with streams meandering over fields, through ponds and swamps where the different element and diverse species flow together in one subtle, boundaryless, and fertile landscape. Appreciate all the diverse voices in this situation and take them as tributaries to your river. This complex ecology has so much more to say and is so much more robust than any simple monoculture. So the situation you are facing is also subtle and complex, but that is its strength. This moment calls for finer perceptions, a more sensitive microphone. Be as aware of other people's feelings as you are of your own, but know whose feelings are whose. Track carefully what you soak up from others and what is true to your own wellsprings. Learn to honor a twin perception that we are both individual selves with our own work to do and that our cells are embedded in the body of creation. Healthy boundaries help us do our individual work. Spiritual practice can help us shift our perception from the cell mind to our role in the body of the one. Challenge. Pisces permeability can leave you lost in a swamp. Amorphous, wondering whether your sadness is your own or if it has been sponged up from your surroundings. Empathize with others, but don't try to carry everyone else's pain for them and double the burden. Gift. Tune into a healthy ecosystem with Pisces sensitive perception. We are all cells in the body of the one. Healthy individuals contribute to the health of the whole. Okay, so this one overall with communication, when I read third house, I was not expecting the, how the family environment could have, or friends could have influenced your person. But your person has a tendency to absorb and have empathy over other people's emotions. So whenever they communicate, they always tap into the other person's emotions. And sometimes at the end, they feel like they don't know if it's their energy or it's the other person's energy. So in some way, how they communicate this person, they're more, I don't want to say psychic, but overall when they communicate, they have a tendency to be hypersensitive to your emotions. And when you kind of communicate with them, you yourself feel emotional, or you tap into your emotions more easily, because he or she absorbs yours and she faces you. So you're more like mirroring yourself, but then again, you're facing them. But then again, when it comes to them, they feel like they have absorbed your energy. So they kind of have a certain way of absorbing other people's mental patterns without being aware of it. And then not being able to kind of find their own true identity because they're so absorbent like that. Okay, so you'll feel like I have your own mental patterns, but I have absorbed your mental patterns myself. So it's more like if you were to know their siblings or their friends and you were to know them, you're gonna see that this person, your wife or your husband, has a lot from other people. They take a lot from other people. Mannerism, way that they speak, way that they act, way that they do certain things, it's no longer theirs. They've absorbed it from other people that are very close to them. It's like that. This is how they communicate. They take from other people, want it or not, because that's how they grew up. It's like that, this one, unfortunately. And they might, like, if you were to kind of express what type of person, like, if you were to ask them questions about themselves, they'll have they'll not know how to express, because everything that they have absorbed from other people, technically, and themselves. They are themselves, definitely, but they absorb. So you will see I'm gonna have more of your mannerism without you kind of saying it, because I am very like, water or not, I'm very, like, I'm water. I absorb everything. Okay, so imagine like you're being with me and you're in a specific type of emotion. I tap into that very quickly and I kind of mirror that back to you. If I have a solution, my personality is a solution solving type of person. I'm solving your problem. You feel healed the after you saw me, but I kind of like don't understand why I feel a specific way. I'm unconscious I'm doing this though. That's when it's either they're unconscious or they're conscious. Two-way you can go at this. Because I have a lot of Neptune here and I have Jupiter here with expansion. So your energy get enhanced with me, but my Neptune is more my psychic, my watery energy. Water is more cleansing, but then again it's very sensitive, so sensitizing. I'm kind of like healing you, perhaps, this one, by making you more receptive to certain healing prospects. Could be, as it's not even healing prospects, it's more like I absorb everything from my family. I have something from my family, and I might not have my own individuality, this one, individual thoughts, because I absorb. Like I'm like, yes, we're one drop, but the ocean is the ocean. I'm more like an ocean type of person when it comes to thinking, communication, how I talk with you. I don't know if I was able to express it, but this is how I tapped into it. Okay, like this is how I read those two things. Then we have 8th house. 8th house. Mystery. So if your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of the red light district, next to a mortuary and an Avings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public. Okay. Sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomenon. Okay, here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged. Money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. Okay. Action. Okay. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources, like sex, money, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anyone is pulling strings and try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with 8th house affairs. And if they work with integrity, do so productively. Okay. So the hidden affairs, this one. Develop your 2nd house resources. Your own money, sense of worth, and body confidence to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom, to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive and respond. Challenge. It can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. Gift. Face your worst fears and step through, feel that liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. Okay. So, hidden matters here with this person is Cancer. Cancer is symbolized by a crab who asks us to dive deep into the sea of emotion and comes back home again. The crab always carries its protective shell, however. This moon-ruled cardinal water sign signifies nutrition in and out of the body and is connected to the breasts and stomach. So if you wish to please your wife or your husband, you know where to aim. Breasts and stomach, okay? If you wish to kind of find information about them also, okay? So be the emotional, okay, so action. Be the emotional leader and connect with the parent archetype. If you're in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the Divine Mother and Father, to the earth beneath the sky above, and feel held. Once you feel fed by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. So if you're called to parent others in this situation, whether in love or work, do so with a balanced approach of honest feedback and support and self-care. Nurture without enabling. Model what you want others to do. Okay, so nourish the connections with your chosen family and tribe. Nourish bodies, gardens, communities, and your temple's heart. Hurt. Cancer calls us to deepen our relationship to home, but not to get stuck in this protective shell. If you need more out of life, you'll have to leave this safety to find what you need. Find a home base or a safe place within your soul, and from that safety, be ready to brave exploration and risk carrying with all your heart. Challenge. Crabs are hard on the outside but soft and squishy on the inside. Okay, so just know that perhaps the mysterious side of me is that I have a hard shell on the front, but inside I'm very soft and mushy. Okay, like crabs are. Okay, so what you don't know perhaps about them is that they're very much like a parrot, okay? And they need to get out of their comfort zone, which they don't do often, technically, this one. Because they rather be parents and feel more protective or focus on being a parent than to kind of focus on being vulnerable within themselves, technically. And it's a risk for them to care with all their hearts. So the hidden truth here, perhaps, it's more that this person is more parent, like they like to parent more. They have a hard shell on a physical level. Like you feel like you don't know anything about them, which is normal because they don't want to care about you. So if I were to care about you, then I'll become like a mother figure or father figure to you. I'll take that role automatically. But then again, perhaps that's not a turn on for you, unless it is. But then again, I might not know that you will get turned on if I were to be more motherly with you, technically. But I want to be your lover, or if I'm your wife or I'm your husband, you're gonna see that I have this like husband parenting dynamic going on. Like you'll feel like I'm your father and your husband. You'll feel also that I'm your mother and I'm your wife, kind of stuff. And I have a hard shell on a physical level, so I show myself as if I'm strong and I'm intimidating and stuff like that. You cannot approach me, blah, blah, blah. But then again, if you were to really know me and have intimacy with me in the bedroom, let's say, the hidden areas, you and me lover affairs and stuff like that, I am more caring. I'm way more, like, I'm too caring this one. I'm, like, giving like that. This one. So crabs are hard on the outside but soft and squishy on the inside. Remember that the very defenses you think will keep you safe, because I think those boundaries or these guards will keep me safe, may actually keep important people out. So I'm kind of keeping you out by not really showing you my soft spot, you know, my caring, vulnerable side. So soften your shell, and you have a backbone and are not protected solely by an exoskeleton. Gift. Be aware of the psychic pool in which you float. If you feel tossed by the wave or battered by the anxiety of those around you, dive down deeper and find the calm below. Float in the ocean of collective consciousness and feel cradled, nurtured by the Divine Mother, fed and cuddled. Okay, this one is a very lovely lady or man, okay? It's just that what you don't know about them, perhaps, and the more you're gonna get to know them overall, is that they are very caring women or men, okay? Or if they had exes, they're very caring about their exes even. This one. If they have exes, you'll know about that. If they don't have exes, then even better. It's just that they hide who they really are because they're afraid of, like they feel safer when they hide themselves. So this one, it's more, the more you sleep with them, the more you make love with them, the more you suckle their breasts and their stomach, you nurture those parts, okay? Perhaps you'll see that she or he will male also. okay? Stomach and nipples, breasts, around those breasts. Men, they're gonna open up more. They'll want to care about you. They'll want you to care about. It's overall that. It's, I want to care about you, but I want you to care about me. So it's very like mushy like that. Okay. That's what you don't know is that they're very mushy. Okay, like a marshmallow. Okay, like mushy like a marshmallow. God damn it. You'll want to cuddle them, okay? They like to be cuddled. This one, they like to be cuddled. They like to be taken care of. They like to be loved. This one, they like to feel safe. So if you're stronger and you're built, you're a muscular woman or man. This one, it's not muscular woman or man, but they like to feel loved and like cuddled with, spooned with, kissed, or they like it when you allow them to do certain things. It's like that. It's your baby boy or baby girl. And sometimes it's your mother, sometimes it's your father kind of thing. So you might kind of have those sexual fetishes a bit. You'll know. So if they're a real mother, you're their husband or something of the sort, you can definitely use those things. Spice things up in the bedroom, okay? You'll know about it. Now, if it's a father figure, then you can use those, I'm not gonna say dirty words, but it's like those words, okay? Can turn you guys on. Techniques how to spice things up in the bedroom. Conjunction. If you don't want to hear this portion, you can definitely like fast forward, guys. It's just I'm learning. It's a learning process, so we're learning together if you don't know about it, okay? So climate, transit. So the planets are always moving through time and space, always spinning around us. When those planets form geometric relationships to one another, they create transits, the astrological weather conditions of the day that affect us all. When a moving planet forms a geometrical relationship to a planet in your natal chart, that transiting planet can act like a guest who enters your house, sits in your kitchen, or sprawls in your living room. It activates that part of your existence. If that transiting planet talks to your Mars, it activates your warrior nature and fight or flight response. If it talks to your moon, it initiates a story centered around your home, your family, and how you nurture yourself. Action. This situation is in flux and the surrounding conditions are changing. Stay alert, aware, and be ready to respond to incoming dangers and opportunities. Some people are moving in, others are leaving. New opportunities open and old chapters close. Listen to the grapevine for changes in personnel or economic conditions. You are not in control of these elements, but you can make the most of these changes and dance with fate. People that walk into your life now may be karmically important, whether either the relationship will last a long time or it may be short. Pick tea and teach you a valuable lesson. It can be helpful at this point to look at the transit in your natal chart. There is no volume control on this card's energy. Transit may trigger a small change in the personnel around you, or it could signal a shooting star that blazes across your life and turns your direction entirely. You have choices, though ask for grace and guidance when responding to the changing circumstances. Challenge. Wild cards are in play. You're not in control of who or what now brushes your life, and that can be scary. So overall, just know that perhaps this person's life might be a bit like outside of their control. Okay, so they cannot necessarily control anything in their life. Even though life is an ever-moving circus and you do not control the people and events transiting your life, know that you are in complete control of your responses to the transit. Choose wisely. So at least how they approach the situation does that, even though they know that nothing goes there out like the way they plan things to go, they try to choose wisely still. Okay, so this is something you need to know about your person. One last card, and then we're gonna go to another one. Where's my legend page? My legend page, please. Oh. 48. So, clarify. When the sun is calm with few sunspots or solar flares, its steady energy is quiet and suits any turbulences in our solar system. The volume is turned down on all the other aspects of your astrological chart. Telescopes see farther into space. People tend to search for the metaphysical. Plant growth slows down on Earth, but the arts and creative processes often blossom. Politics tend to be opinionated but quiet, attitudes more entrenched. It's a hard time to start a revolution, okay? So it's hard to start a revolution with this person overall, okay? Just appreciate the deep, energizing quiet of this time. Work for steady progress and play the long game. Listen to your muse and support the arts. Take a creative approach and work towards positive change within the systems that are now in place with gentle, steady pressure. Find like minds and grow those deep connections. Listen to the quieter voices that are not usually heard, whether this is the whispering voices of your intuition or the subtle voice of the introverts or underrepresented. Okay, so this person might have those tendencies, okay? So they like more peace and quiet and kind of like not, focus more on politics and stuff like that, okay? They like harmony in general a bit. Build relationships now that will help you to manifest needed changes when the tide turns and the sun activates. Challenge. It is not the time to push ahead or spark change. If you try to motivate practical change in your life or try a totally new approach, it can feel like trying to light a match in the fog. So even if they wanted to do certain changes, it will not work technically, okay? Be patient and the fog will clear in time. This is your person's karma. It's like that. This is their astrological chart, perhaps. Meditation helps. Okay, turn down the noise of the outer world and listen with clarity to the knowing within. Let go of the details of the story and feel the call to spirit, to connection, and to the interconnectedness of all existence. In this quiet clarity, you can see far away to the distant stars and come to understand the overarching patterns. Okay, so this one, it's more a meditator. It's more a person that does meditation, and whatever they wish to do does not work at all. Because life goes on and life has its own plan for this person. Okay, even if they choose wisely, whatever they do is just they're at the mercy of life's karma. Somehow. No matter how much they plan out things, it just doesn't work out the way they plan it out. So first house. So we have self-body presence. First house. So, first house is self-body presence. The sign is Aries and the planet is Mars. But here we're going to go with what we have. So, we have first house Scorpio with Psyche. Okay? So, the first house rules the self and shows key characteristics of your identity. So, their identity. This might include attributes like your appearance and presence. So their appearance and presence is mostly connected with Scorpio. The first house can also indicate behaviors and how you choose to express yourself. So how they behave and they express themselves. This house represents how you are seen by others based on first impression and the mask you wear to the world. Overall, it's just masks here. The first house also determines the ascendant sign, as the ascendant is the cusp of the first house. When interacting with the first house, lean into your identity and the ways you choose to express yourself. What sets you apart from everyone else? Embrace these characteristics. Pardon me. Now, where is Scorpio? Okay, we'll go with Psyche, soul, consciousness, mind. Psyche is known as the goddess of the soul and is related to psychology and the study of the unconscious mind. Psyche represents the trials and tribulations you go through to test your faith in love, truth, and beliefs. Psyche can illustrate how you choose to pursue and understand your psychology through the lens of love. To what lengths will you go for love? The challenges you face in pursuit of love can test your loyalty, commitment, ego, and trust. So overall, perhaps my personality and how I express is that sometimes I challenge you to face I face myself perhaps in pursuit of love. I like to test your loyalty. I like to test your commitment, or I observe those things about you. How committed are you? How loyal are you? What is your ego? Are you trustworthy and stuff like that? Psyche can be the candle lighting the way forward, but the journey relies greatly on your faith. Love has the ability to transform your soul. Psyche sheds light on how this part of you is expressed. So perhaps I might kind of be more transformational as a person. On the first, when you kind of look at me, you'll see that perhaps I'm more like testing, and I'll kind of like more observant. I'm more like soulful. Like kind of like look at you and I approach you with more psychology and the study of your unconscious mind. So this one you'll feel a lot of intimacy perhaps, because Scorpio also is this tendency. Let me see. Libra, Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, deep, intense, transformational. So transformative. And it's also connected with Psyche. Okay? Because it's soul, consciousness, and mind. But then again, transformation, intensity, and deepness. There's depth. So modality, it's more fixed. Scorpio, water, Mars and Pluto, mantra, I desire. Okay, so Scorpio yields innate, potent power with a venomous sting. Enigmatic and mysterious, they move swiftly between secrets, diving deep into the depths of personal transformation and often acting as a catalyst for others to heal themselves. Okay. Using their passion as purpose, Scorpio can be very persuasive when they truly believe in their mission. Okay, as the healer, this one. They have the ability to regenerate themselves in their quest to seek truth. Okay, Scorpio asks you to investigate your inner self and explore your shadow. What parts of yourself are you keeping a secret and why? Set yourself free from taboos. So this one, it's a woman or it's a man. From first appearance, you feel like I have an intense gaze. I'm more observant. And you feel like there's something that you don't wish to face as you might want to face, because I can be very persuasive in the way that I approach you. So my behavior is more psychology, like I play the psychologist. I ask certain deep questions just to kind of like see and discover your unconscious mind. Perhaps you will figure like the behavior with this one and how I express myself is I'm more interested in you, getting to know you, but getting to know your deeper sides. Okay, so I'm more transformational like that. And with Underworld is definitely Scorpio, because want it or not, if we bury bodies, it rots, right? But then again, that rotting element is a transformation. It's intense, it's deep, but if you look things the way they are, simply the way they are, there's nothing spooky about it, because your body came from Mother Earth. You're bringing it back to Mother Earth. So the insects and all those little like fungus, worms, and stuff like that, they're part of the process of the transformation. So it's a very intense person overall. On a physical level, I have piercing eyes, I have very deep eyes, and I have very seductive eyes also. But behavior it's more like you're facing your therapist, perhaps. This one, it's like that. You feel that way with your person. Your wife or your husband has more like those dynamics. They're very psychic, perhaps. They tap into other people's emotions. They absorb other people's emotions and behavioral patterns and thought patterns even. So that when you're talking to me, you feel like you're talking to yourself. Technically, it's like that. Okay. How do they flirt? Or how will you flirt with them? This one. Taking the plunge. It's very wet energy, this one. That's what I don't. Wetness is here. Like, I could be talking to lesbians this one, as you don't need to be lesbians, okay? Like, you could definitely be, yeah, expect powerful changes, obviously, because this is who your wife is. Holy shit, or your husband is, okay? Wow, this one, I don't want to say good luck, but, like, good luck. Because taking the plunge, how you flirt, I don't have, this one, it's soaking wet. I don't know what it means, but it's soaking wet. There's wetness here. And she's gonna be very jealous, which is to be expected. Oh my god, I can't do this one. Okay, anyways, I'll just continue on because I need more cards. Seeking pleasure. Okay. It's definitely where I wanted to go. Because when I said it's soaking wet, it's definitely soaking wet. Because I'm going to seek pleasure from you overall. Okay? Now, they're all water signs. Okay? The 3rd house was water sign. The 8th house was a water sign. Okay? It was Cancer in the 8th house. You had the 3rd house was Pisces. And you have the 1st house is Scorpio. They're all water signs. Okay? So that's why I'm saying taking the plunge, it's definitely soaking wet. Because if I'm a masculine energy, if I'm a male here, I will always soak in wetness. Okay, so it's a good thing as it might be this one overall, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna kind of create the Celtic spread that I can read on because it's becoming way more sexual and dreamy and fantasy world a bit. So she's gonna be jealous or he's gonna be jealous, this one. I'm more the jealous type. And because I care about you, I'm more emotional. And I can definitely, like, drown in my emotions overall. Okay, so this one, it could be also with the 8th house that the love affair you and I have, technically, it's more soaking wet. Because if I'm able to open up, and you see this mushy side of me, definitely it's gonna be like soaking wet because you will know how to turn me on and I will get turned on. This one, okay? It's very easy to turn me on, as it might not be, okay? Because there's a lot of hidden energy. I still repress a lot, okay? So it's more repressive. We'll go that way. Because the longer you know each other, the more you're gonna see sides of her or him. You know, it's like that. Because with Scorpio, my behavior does transform. Because you're transforming with me and I'm transformed. I'm like an ocean. Okay, remember, I'm like an ocean. And you don't know what an ocean is like until you really dive into it. But it's immense. Like, even if you feel like you know her or him, you don't know who they are. Okay, so it's constant change, this one. It's constant change. It's not the same. Scorpio is not the same. Cancer is moody overall, but not in the vibe we were going. But if we're going sexual, I could definitely be very moody. Like moon phases. Just look at the moon phases. Okay, so based on which moon phase you are in, you're gonna see them different completely. Yeah, if you really tap into details, if you read Kama Sutra, it says specific moon phase, you need to do specific act. Read it, you'll see, it's insane, but it's really true. Perhaps with this woman or this man, it'll be true. Okay, and Kama Sutra, Sutra. Because I know there's a letter, like, it kind of changes the way you kind of pronounce the word. So I think we're ready. So this woman or this man you're marrying. So you have the Three of Swords. So it's a person that might have been betrayed several times. Okay, we're not gonna lie. You have the King of Pentacles as your challenge. The reason why is that way is the Eight of Wands. In the initial phase, you have the Sun. In the middle section, you have the Eight of Swords. And in the near future, you have the King of Wands. And below the deck, we have Ace of Pentacles. So, who's this woman or this, like, who's your wife, your future spouse, or your... Overall, I have a bunny. So, I could be quite sexual. Okay, I'm sexual. Okay, I'm prosperous. I'm very fertile and stuff like that. But taking the plunge, how you flirt is overall, you bask in emotion, perhaps, or you perhaps, if I'm talking to a man here, this one, because I don't know what's, like, if I'm a man, I could, this is after marriage, though. Anyways, if I'm a man, I make sure that you're wet before I enter you. Now, if I'm a woman, if you're a man, when you enter her, she's always wet for you. Okay? It's very simple like that. But the jealousy card, I'm more jealous of other people. Okay? That girl that's smiling at you or that guy that's smiling at you, I don't like that. Okay? You should not lead her on or him on. Okay? And even if you do that, I have a tendency to not say it. Because I have a hard shell. Okay? But it bothers me so much. And you'll see, I'll take revenge on it. With you. In the bedroom somehow. I'll tease you or I'll not give you what you want. Like that. Like, I choose to go there consciously. Even though it doesn't work as I plan it to go. But... Anyways, that's what you have. In the middle section, so with the Three of Swords, it's more like, you don't see it, but I've been hurt. Okay, so I have I have wounds inside my heart a bit. It's also why I want to protect myself, is because I'm very emotional, I'm very vulnerable, I care a lot, so people take advantage of me, technically. And why... is it the Three of Swords? Is because of the Eight of Wands. I'm also passionate, but I'm very naive like a deer, okay? So somehow I'm more caring, naive, and, you know, want it or not, sometimes people just take advantage of me, Okay, I'm like a Bambi. You know, I'm innocent and vulnerable and cutesy, but then again, they have a wall up or they have a shell, definitely, but they're mushy inside. So if people get to that emotional side of there, because they're very compassionate also, this one, they're sensitive to other people's, because of the way they communicate with people. If they absorb everybody's needs and everybody's emotions and everybody's thought pattern. Imagine, I've met many people during the day and I've communicated with several people at the same time. So I absorb everybody's energies somehow. So at the end, I'm more universal. When I talk, it's more universal. When I'm kind of like approaching things, I have certain like information that are available to me because I absorb those from other people unconsciously. It's just part of me, so I just kind of vomit it back. So it looks, from your point of view, it looks like I'm more universal, or I've kind of like taken this from, like, I'm more, okay, it's more like a woman that, you know, when you speak with someone and then you speak with somebody else with an accent, this person will take that person's accent and then will talk with you with the same accent as they spoke with the other person. So if I kind of spoke with an Arab speaking person and this person has a, let's say, an Algerian dialect, or they have like a Moroccan dialect, and if they have like a Phoenician dialect, you know, or Barbarian, or I don't know, like a British accent, an American accent, and an Australian accent. They're different. But when I spoke with those people, then I'm gonna speak with you. You're gonna see that I'm gonna have one, like a mixture of all these accents together, you know. Or I'll speak with you in a more Australian accent, or I'll speak with you with a more French accent, you know, or like a Polish accent. You'll see, it's like that. That's the communication element. That way. So when they speak, they adapt to the person they speak to. Okay? And overall, they're very receptive as a person. Okay? So they're very sensitive as a person. You can say that. And their challenge with the King of Pentacles is to be more like resourceful, be more like straightforward, not give too much, you know, demand things in return, you know, because this one is more like I feel like I give too much, just energetically, not talking financial stuff, we're talking energy wise. This one, emotions are more like, it's more intense or more heavier than physical labor. Physical labor, you have pain, but then again, it goes away. Emotional pain, it stays there, and it kind of like can obsess over it. Specifically, if you don't have, you don't know how to manage your emotions. This one, okay? So with the Sun card in the initial, who they are, it's more like a happy-go-jolly person. Overall, they're more prosperous. They're more happier. They like to embrace. They like flowers. Okay, so if it's a woman, they like flowers. So give them plants. Okay, don't like plants with soil elements. Okay, so that they'll not feel sad when the flowers are dry afterwards. Okay, so this one, the key element is to perhaps give rooted or long-lasting gifts. Like if you want to bring them a rose, if you can find a planted rose, then bring the pot with the rose. Okay. Overall, okay, or bring things that are like with soils. Okay, so that at least they'll ground themselves, but they'll appreciate that more than to simple flowers. But then again, you don't need to go that deep. You just bring them flowers. Just bring them flowers, they'll be happy. And with the Eight of Swords, this man could definitely be conflicted, okay? Because they have a repressive nature. And they're not going to open up unless you bother them to open up, or you please them to open up. Please them. seeking pleasure, but I feel like you'll seek the pleasure, or she'll seek the pleasure, or he'll seek the pleasure. But then again, there's a lot of repressed feelings and those things. So you'll feel like they're approaching you, but they're doing it unwillingly. But then again, they want you. So it's more lust that will talk, but it's not really lust. It's they like you. They feel that you want them perhaps, but they're more possessive and they repress that element that they're possessive. And they overthink the situation. They don't like to confirm situations because they don't want to show you that vulnerable side of them that they're protecting with their shell. Okay, so but you might see it as you might not, you'll know. But with the King of Wands, what type of person this is? Okay, I am humble. Okay, I like integrity, I like respect. I'm good at improvising. I do have the charisma on a physical level, okay? Because you have the Sun on the physical, you have the King of Wands on the physical, you also had the Scorpio card on an appearance and how they express themselves. So overall, this person, if you don't really know them well, they kind of protect themselves quite well. And the facade they have, it's more like they're psychologists. They like to kind of get to know you better. That's how they express themselves. They have a piercing eye look. But on a physical level, perhaps, they might kind of have this dogmatic lioness or lion vibe to them. Fearless, intimidating a bit. The Sun is also Leo, or the Sun. So overall, this is who they are, but it's a mixture of water. They have heavy water placements and overall water placements. But the underworld is also connected with Earth, so it's Earth signs. As you have some fire here, so Leo is prominent here too. So I don't know what their main ascendance is, like main rising is, but this is what I have. Okay, so overall, just know that they're more repressed. Okay, and who they show you to be is not necessarily who they are. Okay, so you have so much to discover still. Okay, so it's like an ocean. That's it. Okay, so this is who your future spouse will be. So that was it. Now pile 4, whoever chose the Golden Universal Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So let us see who's your future spouse. Pile 4. So before I start, we're just gonna kind of mention that once my channel reaches 6,300 subscribers, I will give away 22 free readings. Okay, if you want to know more about it, check out my community posts. I just need to see what time it is. So is this person who's your future spouse? Okay, your future spouse. So we have Saturn, Libra, structure and balance. So this person is definitely very structured, okay? And balanced. Who are they? The riddle. Okay. Okay, so how do they flirt in general with you? So you have longing and desire, you have beyond words, and we have standing alone. Overall, it's the dynamic here with this one. And what type of relationship you guys are gonna have, leaving with discovery. On off, this one. This is on off. On off. You're holding on to rejection. This one, romanticism with empathy and trials. So I don't know if you guys are gonna get married and then divorced. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So, she or you will want to leave, okay? So after leaving, you're gonna wish to discover her or him, okay? And once you're eager to discover her or him, you're gonna start having more romantic moments with each other. You're gonna visit beaches and stuff like that, and then that's where you'll kind of have more empathy with them. But then again, there's trials, so there's gonna be like a third party who's gonna come and go. So this one, I don't know if there is longing and desire, beyond words, and standing alone. This one is more power couple dynamics overall. I'm sensing power couple dynamics here. What's the message? Communication is key. Believe in the impossible and meditate and contemplate. So we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords with the Seven of Swords. The reason why is that way is the High Priestess. In the initial, you had the Ace of Cups with the Two of Wands. In the middle section, you have the Five of Cups. And then in the near future, you have Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. I don't like this because I feel like you're walking on eggshells with this woman or this man. Whoever you are. It's either the male is walking on eggshells around the female, or it's the female that's walking on eggshells with the man. Now this one overall, it's a man who's feeling like the woman is way too overpowered or way too, like, you know, what do you call it? In power. No, man, I'm not gonna read this many. So we have Taurus. First card or moon. Then we have fourth house with solstice. So I'll just read to you the tarot cards and then I'll read So who's this future spouse of yours? Overall, she's a very reliable woman or man, okay? She's more hardworking as a woman. So if she were to be given a position, this woman will be able to balance and structure and organize the whole situation. Why would she be able to do that? Is because she's quite intuitive, she's quite meditative, she has a mindfulness to her. She's more silent and attentive as a woman or man, and she has certain other gifts. Okay. Your challenge is to kind of perhaps okay, this one is deception. Not to deceive her because she already sees things, he sees things, and not to believe that she is like, look, this woman or this man has a certain knowing, okay? She knows, she senses when you're being deceptive, okay? And she should never feel like she's not self-sabotaging. And even if you want her to self-sabotage, she's way too independent to self-sabotage this one. And she'll not speak that much, okay? She's very hardworking, very reliable, trustworthy, resourceful. She has a lot of connections. That's the type of woman she is deep down. But your challenge perhaps is to kind of like deceive her, perhaps, as your challenge is also to kind of make her self-sabotage. Perhaps you might have those tendencies. You like to make her doubt herself. You like to make her kind of not feel confident in herself. But then again, this one does not have that kind of tendency. That's why she's gonna leave you, and it's gonna be more like on, off a bit, this one. Because you're gonna be eager to discover her, but when you're gonna discover her, you're gonna see that she likes you being yourself. But then again, perhaps you will not feel that comfortable being yourself with them. Hence why there's that trial element, that you need a third party who's going to connect you two together, perhaps, in the form of an arranged marriage. But then again, you're still hustling this one. You're still walking on eggshells. Be it a man or a woman, I don't know. But this one, I'm kind of tapping into this. So overall, there's an element of you wish her to feel more like you want her to be more doubting. You want her to feel insecure or something of the sort, but she does not have those tendencies, okay? She's more calmer. She's more like eager to show you love and make you kind of decide on her or something of the sort. But then again, there's this element of you might have more addictions, or you like your distractions, or you like your addictions way more than you like to have a harmonious relationship. And then in the near future, it's more like you will act without thinking, but she's still invested in you, this one. So overall, there's this element of perhaps you will, and like I will learn that you like to stand on your own, so I'll just let you stand on your own. With you, it's more longing and desire, so I will long and I will desire you. Once we get married, perhaps it's gonna be beyond words. It's gonna be an amazing relationship or amazing night we're gonna have. But then again, I still remember that you're still like to stand alone. You don't want me to meddle in your business. Overall, this one, it's more like you want me to give you the freedom, so I will give you the freedom, perhaps. It's just that this one, you feel like your wife is way too good for you, or your husband is way too good for you, and you're not good enough for them, this one. But I'm feeling like the woman is more stiller, and she's adapting to you than you're adapting to her dynamics, this one. To the point that there needs to be a third person who's coming to communicate in between you guys. Because you're acting without thinking always. And she's just there loving you. It's like that. So it's more like, imagine like you and I are married. I love you and I longed for you. Okay? Like I desire and I long for you. And afterwards it happened, technically. We got married and something happened. But then again, you always like to go and stand alone. So you stood alone in this relationship. I'm not even part of the picture, this one. This one, it's all about you. And then it's me here, loving you. So I might be just like a wife you have, and I just kind of nurture and take care of the children, technically. And I know this is what I need to do, perhaps. And your challenge is to deceive me, perhaps, that you want to stand alone, but then again, you have other addictions, and other addictions will take over your life, technically, more than me. This one, unfortunately. Because you don't feel comfortable with me. Even if I'm your wife, you don't feel comfortable with me. Or I'm your husband, you don't feel comfortable. So your advice here in this situation is, be you get married, make sure that you communicate properly with your wife. Because what kind of marriage is this? What kind of marriage is this? But anyways, it's the kind that you want, perhaps. I don't know. Believe in the impossible, that you can change as a person, as you can not eat, like, walk on eggshells around her, or she will not walk on eggshells around you, this one. And meditate and contemplate, because it's important to meditate and contemplate, because it helps your inner growth. It will help you perhaps with your addictions. It will help you with your inner wounds or inner issues that you're having. If you don't want to talk about those things with your wife or your husband, then because she loves you or he loves you, that's what. It's just that you don't allow yourself the love. You feel like showing your weakness is gonna make her look at you as if she's stronger than you or something of the sort. Perhaps it could be, but this one, it's structure and balance. So this one, they kind of teach you how to... I'm the type that's more structured. I'm more balanced. So you have Saturn. I'll just read so that we'll kind of... Saturn rules that which we must build over time: bones, teeth, personal authority, maturity, borders, discipline, traditions, and organization. Okay? So Saturn, like Jupiter, is a huge gas giant. With its rings of ice and rock, it represents the boundary of the visible solar system as the last planet humans can see with the naked eye from Earth's surface. Saturn, traditional ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius, takes 29.5 years to round the zodiac and forms challenging aspects to itself approximately every 7 years. Hence the 7-year itch in a marriage, and 21 as the traditional age of official adulthood. Action. Saturn asks you to set into the next level of maturity and personal authority. Think of Saturn as a martial art master who pushes you to grow through workouts, discipline, and tests that allow you to prove that you know both to yourself and others. Look for a mentor or choose to mentor another. Honor the teacher, but don't give your power away. Listen to the experts. Mix their wisdom with your experience and make your own wise decisions. If you feel like someone is abusing their authority or undermining yours, set firm boundaries and hold them accountable. Study, cope, grow up. Look pragmatically to the skeleton and teeth, either of your own body or in the metaphoric structure of your project. Can this endeavor stand up and take a bite out of life? Make sure the foundations are strong, the organizational structures are in place, and build out from there. As you gain strength in mind, muscle, and bone, you can become stiff. So remember to stretch body and soul. So as you gain strength in mind, muscle, and bone, you can become stiff. So remember to stretch body and soul. Okay, so remember to stretch. Not just body build. Okay? Stretch too. Like that. Challenge. Be careful not to cling to old conceptions of success or hold on to a brittle system that restricts potential and leaves people discouraged. Gifts. The ancestors call you to wisdom and maturity to know your gifts and limitations. This process may be an initiation, a test that empowers you. Overall, look at this woman as if she empowers you. If she married you or he married you, look at it in the form of it's empowering for you. It's not belittling. Okay, so I might have the discipline, I might have the willpower, I might have the experiences perhaps that you think that I have, and that in itself might intimidate you, but you should not be intimidated by those. You should be empowered by the fact that I chose you as my husband or my wife. It's like that, this one. That's why communication is key here, and believe in the impossible, that I could definitely show you my soft spot, my soft side, instead of my silent and are you stupid look, you know, like that. And meditate and contemplate. You'll see that it'll change somehow your dynamic. And then we have Libra. Virgo is here. Okay, so balance. So Libra asks us to strengthen all relationship with an infusion of justice, equity, equality, communication, fairness, and romance. The cardinal air sign Libra is ruled by Venus, and its symbols is balanced scales. Libra is connected to the kidneys, the endocrine system, and all the way a body comes into balance. All the ways a body comes into balance. So endocrine system and the kidneys. The sun shines here September 22 to October 21st. Okay, so action. Compassion and purpose infuse beauty, and beauty flows from a balanced composition. To bring true balance to this situation, look at it through the lenses of social justice and ask what would be unequivocally fair. Assess what you value, assess what others value, and find compromise. Become aware of any personal bias, whether you believe that your opinion is more important than someone else's or that theirs is more important than yours. Chant. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. So N-O justice, N-O peace. But then again, no justice. So K-N-O-W. Justice, K-N-O-W, peace. So it's not a question of no justice, no peace. It's about knowing what justice is and knowing what peace is with this situation. So be fair, straightforward, appreciative, and kind. Perhaps I'm like that, and this is intimidating to you, perhaps. Look at the whole situation for better composition. Balance the colors, the light, the shapes, and forms. Make sure everyone in this relationship feels heard. Acknowledge the existing beauty in the situation and ask yourself how you can bring in more. Explore the arts, music, and movement. Engage in expressive joy and let your soul take in this powerful medicine. Whether at work, at home, or in your love life, this situation may require a partnership of equals. As you create beauty and balance in your situation, you may call in new people who want to dance with you, meet them on a level field, and explore what you can do together. So this one, it's a person that's open-minded, it's a person that is sociable, it's a person that likes diplomacy, that kind of stuff. Challenge. Sometimes conflict needs to erupt before a healthy equilibrium can be reestablished. Repression is not peace. Beauty can be misleading. Aesthetics alone can be shallow and incomplete unless loveliness expresses a deeper beauty, a compassionate heart. So it's not just being fair and square. It's not just being, like justice-oriented and diplomatic. It's not just about beauty. It's about the compassionate heart too. Okay, so perhaps this person might lack that. Okay, that's the challenging part. Okay, and the gift. The Navajo refer to the beauty way as the path of a life lived in balance. Living in the right relations with one another, with the cycles of nature, with the ecosystem all around, and with spirit. Let the beauty way call you. Okay. This one is more harmony. You're welcoming in your life, technically. But you will need some time to adjust to her or him. Okay? And last, oh my god, I have 3 more. I'm starting to get exhausted, but it's okay. I'm doing this lovingly, guys. I just need to finish it. That's it. I started it. I need to finish it. No pain, no gain. Like that. Uh, so Taurus here. So you have tactile, grounded, stable. The tarot card is the Hierophant. Modality fixed, symbol bull, element earth, ruler Venus, mantra I have. Okay, so steady and grounded Taurus is devoted to tactile physical pleasure. Taurus is not afraid to work hard for their desires and root themselves in their values, often reflective of their love for beauty and artistry. Heightened sensuality through all five senses and indulging in the finer things in life are well-known Taurus traits. In short, self-care is always the priority because Taurus knows how to keep the cup overwhelming with satisfaction. Root yourself in your pleasure and be committed to your craft for the long haul. When you devote yourself, you'll be surprised at what you are able to manifest. So this person is very hardworking overall, quite stubborn, and very much they like pleasure, sensuous things, okay? First Carter Moon. So first Carter Moon could be a very important phase in this Taurus's routine, monthly routine perhaps. So you have momentum, initiative, magnetism. So first Carter Moon is a phase of momentum, action, and making decisions. This all due to the groundwork we have laid in the previous lunation, the waxing crescent moon phase. The moon is at 90-degree angle to the sun and earth, appearing to be half illuminated and half in shadow. Widen your perspective and be ready to act. As momentum picks up, notice any resistance you face. These are not signs that the idea is not about to work. Instead, take them as challenges for you to rise to the occasion. Utilize your willpower and determination to power through this young phase of the lunar cycle. Your efforts will be rewarded in time. So your person has a tendency to make decisions, take actions, and putting the groundwork during the first Carter Moon. You'll see it. It's just a pattern they'll have. Then solstice. Focus, transition, and amplification. The solstice happens twice a year when the sun reaches its highest or lowest point relative to the celestial equator. In Latin, solstice translates to sun stands still, with the sun appearing to halt in the sky as it makes its descent in the shortest day of the year. Winter solstice, or ascent in the longest day of the year, summer solstice, in the heavenly skies. Solstices are significant because they represent the Earth's relationship to the sun and the sun's ability to shape seasons and give life to the planet. Look at how the sun affects you. Really feel its ability to give you energy and help you nurture your life force. So this one, it's more, there's a lot of your person is very much in tune with the sun element. Okay, so they have a very good solar plexus chakra perhaps. And then we have fourth house. So family, roots, foundation. Sign is Cancer and the planet is Moon. So at the base of the natal chart lies the fourth house, representing home, family, and ancestry. Origins and values are passed down here, including traditional customs from your heritage, ancestral relics, and generational beliefs. As the foundation of your early life, this sets the tone as you develop and evolve into your adult self, often leaving a lasting impact. The fourth house can contain karmic obligations and blessings bestowed by family traditions. This house alone defines your sense of home and what you surround yourself with to feel safe. So this person might have a strong family ancestry, and the karma in their family is a bit strong, okay? So this one, they might have certain abilities that come from their family. So it's like that. But this one, you should not belittle yourself, nor should you compare yourself with this person. And if this person chose you, then it should be an empowering situation, not one of belittling yourself or feeling like you're not good enough for them. Okay, don't think that it's a missed opportunity, because the only way you're acting here is you're insulting yourself, and you're insulting this. You're making this person feel like insulted that they chose to marry you when you're acting this way with them, as if like they're not worthy of your love. But then again, the reality is that you don't feel like you deserve love, perhaps in a relationship. Or you have your own ways of being. But then again, I accept those things. But if you're kind of walking on eggshells with me, then definitely, why did you get married to me? Technically, this one. But I chose to marry you. I wanted to marry you. And you should feel empowered that I married you, instead of feeling like belittled by the fact that I married you. This one. Okay, that's it. Pile 5, whoever chose the Fountain Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So Fountain Tarot, let us see who you're going to get married to. So let me give you some advice before we start. So an energy is gaining momentum. You have bring love into the situation. How are they going to flirt? So you have temptation with transgression. And this one, it's more unrequited desire. 12th house, introspection, in which series? Okay. And do I have any third house? This was 12th house. Third house, square. Man, I don't know what these are. Well, just read them fast. And this is the 5th. It's a long video, okay? For me, it's quite long, and it's getting ugh, what is this? Who's this person? The unseen. The gem. I'm sorry guys, I want to stop the video. I want to, but I'm not gonna, because I need to finish it, okay? I'm sorry you chose the 5th one, and I'm kind of showing you this type of behavior, but I'm tired at this time of the day. I should not have, I did it, but then again I had to, okay? So I had to. It's the only way. Keep going. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, so just give me time, okay? I just need to kind of recharge. Last 2 piles. For last 2 piles. The energy is gaining momentum, being love in the situation. So this is marriage situation we're talking about. So this is who your future spouse is. Now, your future spouse, with the unseen, I might say crazy things, okay? Like, look, this one, if you know I have talents, then it's good. But if you don't know about it, like, I'm gonna say observe your person more. Okay, with the unseen, it's a third eye, okay? It's also connected with inanimate things. Now, inanimate things could be crystals, okay? And crystals are also part of our ancestry. Because, remember, our body is inanimate, but then again, the spirit and the soul connected in the body. It's all combined together, okay? So there are part of our ancestry. Okay, inanimate material things like trees and stuff like that, they're part of us. Because whether or not my mom and my dad gave birth to me, so that your parents do too. Now, I don't know about today's society and how kids are being born. That's a different story. But if we're going more ancestry and we're going more natural, authentic ways, traditional ways of kind of creating life on this earth, technically, it's what we eat, what we shit, what we drink. Okay, water, if you watch or you've read or you've watched like the cycles of water, how it's created, it gets filtered in the soil, and then it goes back up, and then it come down in the form of rain and stuff like that. Okay, so it's all ancestors because they're all part of us. No matter how small it looks, a little ant even is part of it. Okay? So, with inanimate, the unseen things, what I wanted to say, it's more like now it comes with receptivity. So, the more you practice receptivity, the more you practice meditation, the more you practice third eye chakra. It's not only third eye chakra, there's much more to it. But with receptivity and sensitivity and practice, you start seeing things, and the more you start appreciating things, the more you kind of see things. Because the moment you start appreciating is because you've watched the importance of it. You've witnessed the importance of it. So the more you kind of tap into natural things, you have a certain curiosity connected to many stuff, that's where you start linking things. So this person might have, it's not that they see unseen things like ghosts and stuff like that. Not really that. It's more they see things the way they are. Okay, so they know the deeper side of things. Okay, so it's more like mysticism. It's not mysticism, but it is similar to that. But with the unseen, it's more premonitions, as it could be like the inanimate elements that are still, you don't feel those things. You just sense those things, or you just witness those things, as those things are part of you. So if you're kind of like more receptive on a more cellular level, you cleanse and you heal on a more cellular level, you start tapping into those kind of stuff. Because if you're sensitive to your own cellular regeneration or breath and stuff like that, you start seeing things also. You could feel like you're becoming insane, but then again, it's not really insane if you kind of approach it from a more sounder and peaceful mindset. Mindfulness or meditativeness, consciousness. You're not afraid of unconscious things because you're approaching things from a more conscious manner. Hence where the gem element could come. So this person is more like a gem because they're rare. Or they're more, they know how to manage pressure, they know how to work under pressure and stuff like that, okay? So we'll keep it like that. So overall, just remember that in this relationship, this marriage, you have to always bring love into the situation, okay? Be loving always. That's the advice. And the energy is gaining momentum. So if you don't feel love perhaps towards this woman or this man, or if you were more lustful towards them, or you were more tempted towards them, then have faith that the energy will gain momentum. The love, the genuinity will gain momentum perhaps. If you were drawn in between two women, but then again you chose this one woman that was more, interested in you perhaps. So perhaps you are the tempted type of man or female, or this was not your first option. Because this one, unrequited desire. How do they flirt? This one, I feel like you're married, but then again, you don't give a shit about it. It's like that. I don't know who I'm reading this. we have the Empress card. This one. Who is she? It's definitely the mother of your children, obviously. You have the Empress and I have the Empress here. This one, if we go with the Sexual Magic Tarot deck, this woman is also the Empress card in there. And we have the Empress. Your challenge facing this one is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. Okay. The reason why is that way is the Seven of Swords. Oh my god. In the initial phase, you have the Page of Cups. In the middle section, you have the Ten of Swords. Okay. And in the near future, you have the Moon card. What is this? This one is more for a man. Okay, this is overall a man. Okay, I'm talking to. If you're a woman, choose another pile. Okay, because if you listen to this, you're gonna manifest this. Okay, so just don't listen to this all the way. Now, for the man, I'm just gonna read this. It could be a woman that's rare. It could be a woman who's insane, perhaps. It could be a woman that kind of sees things, and because you can go two ways now, this one. Because why I'm going this way is because perhaps if you are confused about this woman and you get married to her, my question to you would be, why would you get married to this woman? You get married to this woman, but then again, you got married to her because you wanted to win here in this situation, or you wanted this woman to win here, but your challenge was another woman, technically. Or it could also be this woman's authoritative gazing, and you could be the same energy as one, but you had two options. You ended up choosing this one. Or even in a marriage, you're gonna get two options. Or even if when this woman is gonna be, your wife is gonna be pregnant, you're still gonna be tempted by prostitutes and stuff like that. So if you have prostitutes or you have sexual addictions, then in this marriage, perhaps you're gonna learn how to love her properly. But then again, you're gonna feel so guilty that you kind of cheated on her, or this other woman wants you to divorce her, but then again, she's pregnant with your child, technically, and she is sexy, she is gorgeous, she knows how to please herself, you know, and you like how she pleases herself, technically. But somehow in this marriage, I feel like I'm the woman, and I feel like my husband is not necessarily satisfying my sexual needs, because he's always satisfying the sexual needs of another woman who's asking for his attention. That's oh my god, what is this? I'm sorry, like, for me, we're just gonna release this, okay? Like, I just want to wash my hands out of this, but if it's karma, then we need to face it, right? So, just face it. Now we'll just face it. Okay, so this one, it's more, you have temptations, perhaps. You're kind of more free, and I don't know what this is. Perhaps for a woman, if you're still here, this one, don't get married to this, because you're consciously gonna get married, be it it's conscious or unconscious. I'm pretty sure that, you know, you'll see the red flags, this one. But if you get married to this one, then you blindly decided to marry them, because there's this element of prize winning, you know, like, even be it I'm the wife, okay, you got married to me, there's still other women who want to sleep with you. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna sleep with other women. But then again, my emotions, you're gonna start cultivating emotions towards me because I'm a lovable woman. Your ego will melt with my love, okay? Because I'm devotional. I'm the devotional type of woman. and I show you, I get naked in front of you so that you can kind of love me. But then again, I feel like you don't love me, or you don't have enough energy to love me because your energy was drained on another woman, and you feel guilty all the time because you feel exhausted because you had sex with another woman and you released all your stress there. Perhaps you might not have enough energy to satisfy me. Imagine this one. It's either you're exhausted, either you're kind of very stressed, so you're not feeling good, so you don't want to have sex with me. So we don't have a fertile sex life, technically, this one. But I need a fertile sex life if I'm the woman here. Because if I'm the Empress, I'm very fertile, okay? And if I'm fertile, then I like sex. You understand? It's that dynamic, but you're tempted most of the time by other women, perhaps, or it's karma, perhaps. This is your karma. You're always tempted by other women except for your wife. But then again, once you get married with your wife, this one, it's because it's a rare gem. It's a very devotional type of woman, and she nurtures her emotions towards you, and you feel the devotion that she gives to you. But then again, you feel so guilty that you can't love her. Can't love her, this one, because of this other woman who's kind of controlling you, or because of the blockage here is that you don't see that I love you, you don't see that I'm devoted to you, because only what you see is more my critical eyes, my boundary setting elements. But then again, if you were to just kind of be the King of Swords with me, you'll see that I could definitely be an Empress. This one, it's that dynamic. Perhaps you have not embraced the King of Swords within yourself, be it you're a man or a woman. If I'm your challenge facing me is my authoritative gaze, my strategic, the way I think, the way I strategize things, the way I could be cold-hearted. If you were to embrace those energies within yourself, you'll be my equal partner. So me being the Queen of Swords is not gonna kind of intimidate you. You'll not feel like I'm giving you the cold shoulders, because if you can vibe to my energy, you'll overcome this Queen of Swords energy. If you're more strategic with me, you'll understand this personality side of me. I'm more mental, I'm more strategic. If you were just to be more mental and strategic with me, and indifferent, and be more business oriented, or be more like connected to the nest, connected to the kingdom, connected to the harvest kind of stuff of our relationship, then you'll see that I'm the Empress. But the only thing that's blocking you perhaps is that you're not embracing the King of Swords energy. Because your challenge is my Queen of Swords energy. But then again, if you overcome my Queen of Swords energy, you're going to see that I'm an Empress. I'm so devoted to you. But you're blind to it, perhaps. Could be. Because bring love into the situation, but you need to vibe to my intimidating gaze. Be intimidating yourself with me, and you'll see it'll work. It will click. You'll not feel guilty. You'll not feel like your expectations are killing you from inside. You'll not feel like you don't love this woman. If you just are more you embrace this, you embrace it, you accept it. When she's being cold-hearted with you, face her with the strategic mindset of King of Swords. It's more like vibe to me. If I'm looking at you with a certain authority, discipline, if you were to just tap into your own discipline within yourself, be more disciplined within yourself, and see that you are a disciplined kind of man. You can say no to other female who are always tempting you. You can say no to them. This one. You can say no to them. And instead of sleeping with other females that are not necessarily your wife, who are not dedicated, devoted to you, you can definitely sleep with the proper woman who's there to love you genuinely. This one. It's just that you're not stepping up your game. This one, you have the potential. Your energy is gaining momentum, okay? And you will be able to bring love into the situation once you have discipline within yourself. You can say no to other sexy women who are after you. can say no to those people's expectations. Perhaps this one, it's more like you have this guilt consciousness element that if women like you, you don't want to reject them, you don't want to hurt them. But then again, what you're not understanding is that it's destroying your happiness, your loving life. You're attracting more chaos and conflict in your life because of other prostitutes, because you don't know what those prostitutes have slept with and what type of pussy you're entering your penis inside. Instead, your wife perhaps is more dedicated to you. She's there, she's making food for you, she's doing the laundry for you, she's loving you, she's nurturing her emotions for you, and you're rather choosing other wombs and other pussies that are more like dirtied by other. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say this to shame prostitutes. If it's their work, this is their karma, this is what they chose to do with their life, it's the way they want it. But if you choose to willingly sleep with prostitutes because you have self-esteem issues, or you don't have that discipline, or you have a certain type of like, I cannot reject women, or I cannot do this, or it's more like a habit I have, you can definitely have discipline. It's just that you're deciding not to go to discipline elements because you're feeling like you're guilty that you're sleeping with other females. This one, you'll know, because I want you definitely, and you want me too. It's just that you feel guilty when you don't sleep, when you sleep with me, because you know that you have to sleep with me properly, and I am allowed to have you as my husband. But then again, you're sleeping with other females. It's hilarious, this one. So you have a worthiness issue, 100%. And you don't like to claim things for yourself. You feel like claiming people, or like you're not worthy of a proper wife who's devoted to you. This one, it's more like you have a gem in front of you, but you're looking at her as if she's just like an object. You want to put her in as a doll, and you want to go and dirty other females. But perhaps the real truth here is that your ego is not allowing you to genuinely be vulnerable with this woman who definitely loves you. So if you were to just be comfortable taming your mind, taming your mental patterns, taming how you approach people's expectations and like thoughts, you shouldn't care that much, because what matters to you is your own truth. Okay? You are a worthy man or a worthy woman, and you can definitely, you're worthy of her love. It's just that you're not claiming her love. That's the thing here. You're not claiming her love. So you're not giving her the recognition she deserves. You will, perhaps in the near future with time. You will become, you are the king of the house, and you are definitely in love with her, perhaps. But then again, just be careful of your ego and how you manage your ego. Okay? I don't know what to say to you guys. This is what it is. This is who you'll get married to. A woman who's dedicated to you. Your only challenge is her authoritative look. Okay? Her authoritative look and her discipline and her, what do you call it? Her strategic mind. You have those things yourself. You're just not embracing them as her husband or her wife. Okay? What is this? Okay. I guess you're not worthy of true devotion, I guess so. But then again, you will. But I don't know why in the beginning phase, or I need to kind of give you this pep talk or something. Let's just read this and then I'll be done. So, 12th house. So, introspection. So, okay. If your chart were a village map, the 12th house would be a quiet place. The sun is in the 12th house just after sunrise, a time for prayer and meditation, for dreaming our deepest dreams. The 12th house is your inner child's world, containing both the fairyland into which you might escape and the monsters that live under your beds. Okay, Introspection. This situation is complex, so learn what's going on behind the scenes before you act. Look for private motives, hidden enemies, and surprise angels. Take time alone to develop an idea or listen within. So the 12th house speaks of both who you are when no one's looking and the fact that your fate is inextricably linked to every other sentient being. Work with this metaphor. We are all cells in the body of the divine. It's essential that you take care of yourself, your individual cell, and honor who you are. But you also must acknowledge that you work within an organism, your family and culture, which operates within the body of all creation. If you just take care of yourself and disregard the rest, you become a cancer that brings illness to that great body. If you deny your individuality, you can't do what you were born to do. So both realities are clear and true. You do exist independently and you are part of the collective. It's just a perspective shift. It's impractical to get lost in oneness, whether in spiritual bliss or over identification with your group, and neglect your individual wealth. But it can be spiritually painful to feel stuck in the isolated single cell mindset. Spiritual practice can help you find a healthy mind point between a disconnected, lonely state and a state of connection to one another, to a cause, or to the divine. Grounding helps you return to your personal path. So challenges. It can be hard to find a healthy place between feeling subsumed by a group and dwelling in stunted isolation. The 12th house asks you to face your fears. Gift. In quiet moments of prayer, meditation, and creative bliss, feel that deep connection to the source and know you are not alone. This one, I understand this 100% because I know what it feels like to feel isolated. And I also know how it feels like to meditate and feel part of the whole. So whoever this woman is, or this man is, they have this introspection, because we did have the unseen, and I did tap into those things, because that's what we're talking about. All the cells of your body. You can go cellular as you might not go. And they might be meditative, we'll go with that, but sometimes they feel isolated, but then sometimes they are not isolated at all. They feel very connected. So just know who this person is that sometimes they need that isolation, that meditation, that privacy, that aloneness. But then again, they know that being the healthy part of it is to be part of the collective too. So be part of society. And then you have Ceres, but this one came... Nurture. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter, named after Ceres, Roman goddess of the harvest, food, earthy fertility, and mother of Proserpina, goddess of the spring. When Pluto kidnapped Proserpina and took her to the underworld to be his queen, Ceres threatened to starve the world until she was returned. Ceres signifies our relationship to food, for better or for worse, cultivation, and the safety of loss of a child. Ceres' ancient rites initiated people into the secrets of death and rebirth through the symbolic harvest. Cut the head off grain with I don't know how to say it. Sides. Bury them and new life arises. So action. Mother and be mothered. Nurture and cultivate that which is growing, whether it's the harvest from the earth, the child from the womb, or the art from the artist. Real love can mean tough love, doing what's best for your beloved, even if they hate you for it. So I could definitely be the intense type of woman, okay? Like, I'm mother to be mothered, but then again, I nurture. I'm very devotional, okay? Love and nurture your own body with healthy, whole foods. Take them as communion with the organic world. Feel the earth beneath you holding you, loving you through hard times. Let this abundance flow through you to others. Advocate for those who are weaker, vulnerable, or dependent. If your progeny, your project, or your harvest is being taken from you before ripening, be ready to starve the world until they are safe. Witness with strength and power. So when the time is right, be willing to let go. For your progeny or creation to flourish, they must embark on their own journey. Once your job as nurturer is complete, let go and step into the next level of your own mastery. Challenge. Do not mistake something enabling or infantilizing actions as signs of love. Once you release the object of your care, your life is not over. A new mystery begins. So there is sacredness in your daily life. Loving, feeding, nurturing, gardening, and being in family, whether chosen or biological, are all parts of a powerful spiritual path. The mother holds you. Okay, so this woman overall is more spiritual. And she might be disconnected from you, and that in itself could also be what is irritating you somehow. Is understandable because she will nurture you, she will love you, she will be devoted to you, but you will not perhaps know it and you will take it for granted. And there is communication issue here in this situation. So you just need to communicate and understand and accept the differences between both of you. And she will need to accept the fact that perhaps you have certain issues that you don't want to deal with. Perhaps. Could be. But this one, it's more a nurturing, a gardening type of person. And they know that they cannot change you. I can only nurture you. I can only love you. I can only do this amount for you. But if you don't know the value of it, I cannot force you to see the value in it. Okay? I cannot force you to see it, but then again, I am allowed to show you my irritated, strategic, cold-hearted, disciplined gaze, because if you are my husband or you're dealing with other females, or you have your own addictions and you don't want to talk about it with me, so you rather go and, you know, fuck other females, even though I'm your wife, you could definitely come and be loved by me, but then again, you'd rather just go, you don't deserve my love, technically. It's more that kind of dynamic that I cannot force you to love me if you don't love me. Be it you're my husband or not. Be it you've married me for love or not. I cannot force you to love me if you don't love me. I can only show you my devotion. I can only show you the love I feel, because if I do love you, then you are the love of my life, then I can't do anything about it, right? And I cannot force the man I love to love me if he doesn't love me. But then again, if I'm his wife, then I cannot even have ownership over my husband. You understand? It's that kind of dynamic, this one. She or he, if you want them to kind of like be deceived here, they know your ways. They're not stupid, this woman or this man. They have the introspection. If I have introspection, it means that I'll kind of like, I'm not the type that will like lie and deny things. I'll just pretend like I don't see it. But doesn't mean that I don't see it. I don't know about it. Third house, communication, transportation, local community. So Gemini, Mercury. So ruled by Mercury, the third house is concerned with communication, the foundation on which we build all relationships. The third house affects interpersonal dynamics with everyone from your family, friends to neighbors and others in your community, as well as how you conduct yourself in these circles. It can also indicate how your early education affected your learning style and how you process information. Look to the zodiac signs that rules your natal chart, house to which what type of information stimulates you intellectually. This house is also known for travel, whether over a short distance like a hike or a longer one like an international trip. So communication, transportation, local community, Gemini and Mercury. Okay. So this person might have traveled a lot and okay, the introspection and the inner knowing that they've acquired it with experiences, communications with other people, international trips. So if this person travels a lot, then their introspection enhances that. Like, the level of introspection that they have is more enhanced. Then we have square. So competition, tension, disharmony. Aspecting at a hard angle, the square is most often for friction, conflict, and drama. Square is when the two planets are 3 zodiac signs apart or separated by roughly 90 degrees, falling within the same modality of cardinal, fixed, or mutable. This can cause tension between the astrological points as they struggle to speak the same language with no differing perspective to help them compromise. Although this energy can feel blocked and frustrating, a square can be used productively. The pressure is like a boiling pot of water, forcing you to look at the issues to make changes. You always have a choice. You can face your challenges or ignore them until the pot boils over and can no longer be ignored. So this one, perhaps, I also might have a temper, perhaps, that will come in the form of a Queen of Swords. Because I'm not blind. It's like that. I'm not blind. I'm there. I'm available to you. I'm receptive to you. I'm receptive to your needs. I'm devoted to you, technically. But I cannot say I don't take bullshit, but when you're acting like I don't know about it and you're acting stupid in front of my face, that's when I'm gonna show you my intimidating side. This one, it could be that you will lie to me often, or you think I'm lying to you, which I might not. Perhaps you lie to me and you're projecting yourself here on top of me, but you're unconsciously doing, perhaps, could be. You'll know this one. Okay? That's it, pile of 5. I'm so sorry, okay? This one, I'm sorry, okay? I wish that you didn't watch this. I wish that you didn't see this. But if you needed to hear this, and this is definitely resonating, you'll be the judge of it, okay? So I'm so sorry. I'm honestly sorry, okay? I apologize. Oh my god. Pile 6. Whoever chose the Rider deck, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So let's see who's your future spouse. So you have the Pilgrim. You have Erotic Bliss. Sweet Taboo. What type of relationship will you have? Awareness. Calling back. Surrendering. And advice for you, the viewer, is step out of your comfort zone, balance spirituality with practicality, and you and your loved ones are safe. You have be bold and make the first move, and then you have nothing is yet set in stone. So be it it's marriage or a future spouse, make sure that you get them. I mean, even with a marriage, I feel like nothing is yet set in stone in this situation. So you and your loved ones are safe. Be balanced spirituality and practicality, and step out of your comfort zone. Okay. Saturn retrograde, new moon with Chiron. Oh my god. And Aries with 5th house. Passion is Aries. So Aries here is acts. Let me create your Celtic spread. I'm going to read to you a bit fast because I'm at the end of my energy, okay? So I'm just going to try and manifest this as much as I can. It might be unfair to some of you, but I did it again. 6 piles when I should have just gone with 3, but it's okay. We'll finish this up because I'm at my limit at this time. So is this woman who's your future spouse, or this man who's your future spouse? So what type of woman or man am I? So for some of you, I will be the mother of your children. So we'll have children, but I'm pretty protective over them. With Pilgrim, it's more I could have some kind of spiritual practice. Tibetan spiritual type of practice. That's what I channeled. And in this marriage, it's very important for you to step out of your comfort zone. Okay? So what type of woman or man I am? With the Page of Pentacles, I'm pretty self-recognized. I have a certain eagerness and curiosity to study many things about agriculture, nature, anything. So they're an eager learner, perhaps. It's a constant scholar, or it's a person that's always interested or curious about many stuff. Okay? Your challenge is the 7 of Wands, and the reason why it's that way is the Page of Wands. So it's a person that's very passionate about nature. It's a person that's very passionate about spirituality. It's a person that's passionate about their children, their family, the nest element. So it's a woman or man that is very nest oriented. So they're family oriented. They're very protective of their children, very protective of their children. So if this is a single woman, it could be a single mother that you will marry. Okay, as it could be the mother of your children, or it's a woman with children. This one. As it's more like a man, which, so this one, it could be that you will live with this person and his mother. Could be that the mother will be part of your daily marriage life. Okay, so it could be Indian people I'm talking to. You live with your parents. Overall, it's a natural thing, as it does not need to be. So it could be that it's a person with a single mother. It's a man or it's a woman that has a single mother. As it could be, this is a person who has certain spiritual practices. They do spiritual practices. Be it it's the mother of your children or not, it's a spiritual person. Okay? And step out of your comfort zone, balance spirituality with practicality. So it could be messages for your person, as it could be messages for you too. And you and your loved ones are safe somehow, and be bold and make the first move for you. So always make the first move connected to this woman or this man, and nothing is yet set in stone. So if you want things to be completed, or you want things to be your way, perhaps this one, I feel like perhaps you will not get married. It's gonna be like a contract-less type of marriage. So it's more a woman who has children, or you guys are living together, perhaps without a contract, just moving together. What type of woman or man this is, it's more like a curious person. It's a curious soul. It's a free-spirited person. They're very passionate, okay? I'm telling you. And the way they focus their passion or their pastime, is that they act on it. So it's a person that's very action oriented. Okay, so if I like, I don't know, tarot cards, you see that I'm acting on it. If I like, I don't know, like plants, you see that I go every Sunday or Friday in an agricultural place and I work there, I volunteer there, or I have something to study. It's like that. So it's a very action oriented type of person. They're always driven, they always have something to do. And your challenge here connected to them is more like perhaps that because they're very passionate, you feel like you don't have any space with them. You don't have enough time spent with them. This one. You feel like this person is just so packed or just so like always busy that you feel like you have to fight for her attention or his attention. This one. So in the initial phase, it's more like who's this person? It's more like a person that feels very successful, that they were able to show you their love, that they were interested in you. In the middle section, it's more like who's this person? It's a person that's more stubborn in the way that they approach things. So overall, they might have hurtful ways of speaking sometimes, or the way they speak hurts you, or it hurts your ego, or it hurts your stubbornness, technically. And then with the tarot card, it's more what type of person this is. It's a person that knows how to put you to your place overall. So this woman or this man who's going to be your future spouse, or you're going to have a no contract kind of marriage situation, will always put you to your place. Okay? Why so is because it's a person that's so passionate overall, and the way that they express themselves is through actions. Okay, and they have a certain sharp way of kind of saying those things. So the way that you guys are gonna flirt, it's more like you're gonna be always trying to kind of seek their attention, and them kind of showing you their attention, but then again you're gonna be leaving, or they're gonna call you back. It's a lot of wishy-washy, going back and forth. The type of love language you guys are gonna have, it's more sweetest taboo, ideal romance, and erotic bliss. So overall, you'll do scandalous things together. She can masturbate in front of you, or he can masturbate. This one, overall, there's a lot of action going on. So there's a lot of one-on-one kind of thing, like I masturbate in front of you, you watch me. And it's like taboo things, this one. It's more, you like to spice things up in the bedroom. It's more like filming elements. You guys are at a distance, so it's more ideal romance, and there's a lot of going back and forth. Okay, so be it you got married or not, you're gonna see that you guys are gonna, like, if there's an argument, you'll leave, and if there's no argument, you'll stay. And when you stay, there's more this element of doing taboo things together, but overall it's an ideal romance kind of concept. So you like the idea of having something like ideal. So you have certain expectations from the relationship. Your person has certain expectations from the relationship. Okay, but nothing is really yet set in stone. So this one, I feel like there's no real contract, but you're gonna move in together. It's gonna be your wife or your husband, technically by name only, but no contract that ties you up. It could also be that other people are against this relationship. That's why you didn't get married, but you moved in together, technically. Okay, so this is all that I had for you. That's all. So if you wish to kind of tap into those things, you can check Chiron. It says core wounds, vulnerability, potential through pain. So this woman could have a lot of pain, or she could be a healer herself, but then again, this one, she's very vulnerable, and she has core wounds, and that's why also she puts you to your place, or he puts you to your place. New moon, it's creation, intention, potential. So they have a lot of potential, and they have a lot of intentions, and they're good with creation work. Saturn, you have discipline, obstacles, boundaries. So it's a woman also who has discipline. They're disciplined. It's a woman or a man who is disciplined. They know how to overcome obstacles, and they know how to set boundaries. And then or too many boundaries. That kind of makes this relationship more like up in the air sometimes. Reversal, deceleration, and distance. So retrograde is more like sometimes I like the distance. I like that reversal element, as if like I need some space from you, and after that when I recharge I come back to you kind of thing. Okay, so that's all I had for you guys. I hope it resonated. I hope I gave you guys some kind of insight. And that is all. Okay, so I'll see you on my next video. I'm so sorry it was a bit like this, but then again, if I didn't do this fast, I was gonna just shut this and not upload this. So I decided to go through the pain. It's not painful technically, it's just I feel drained at this point. But still, have a good day, stay positive, and if this pile did not resonate, please choose another pile, okay? But then again, I have faith that I did channel this properly. It's just that I was more on a let's do this fast way kind of stuff, okay? I use my intuition at the same level. It's just that I needed to kind of finish this up, okay? So that's it, and have a good day. Bye, guys.